And we're live. What's up, everyone? Welcome. Boyd Tiger, thanks for popping. Vic Tig, Magic Cookie, welcome. I recognize you from last stream. Bill Cosby, holy shit. Not glad. Interesting to see you have internet connection. That's awesome. Fennec, welcome. Oh my god, it has been a while. Were you around during the Undertale play? What's up, Mom? Just getting started here. I was supposed to grab a drink earlier, did not, so I'll be right back. We're just waiting for people to pull in. We've got a very interesting night ahead of us. Very excited. We have an actual, real, believe it or not just someone faking being a journalist like myself online. We have an actual journalist here. So very, very excited to be chatting with them. We'll be getting started soon. Welcome, 3Z. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think we've had enough people pulling in. How are you guys doing? This game season 2 greater than season 1. That is true. 2 is bigger than 1. Let's pull over here. What's up? How y'all living? Happy 2026. Yes, happy 2026. Took a mild interim break there. The dramas seem to die down. But we're kind of back into it. I'm going to start creating some more stuff for the in between when we don't have crazy shit going on. So I've got just a few seconds ago, or a couple minutes ago, we've got the new Logan Paul video. Some interesting legal stuff. He might be forced to have a deposition go public, in which case I will be watching the entirety of that. This is the journalist guy who did the Pirate Software interview. Yes, it is, and I had no idea until we have gotten to chat. And this guy is fantastic. I have been covering some of his stuff intermittently since the start of my YouTube channel, so it is super cool to actually have the opportunity to chat with the guy. I've already watched all 3 episodes. Oh, there's 3 episodes of season 2. I didn't even know that yet. I did a full review of season 1. And I gotta say, it was pretty lackluster. I was surprised that they set up for a second season, but I don't know their, money metrics, things like that. So, maybe that makes sense. A little toad in the background. Thank you very much. Beast Game. So, a video I'm working on. I'm going to try my best to tune in when I can. Heck yeah. Oh, Angel Face. Welcome to the stream, dude. Huge fan of you, myself. Your tweets are fantastic. I catch you here and there every time Mr. Beast rears his ugly head doing something stupid. You manage to find a way into the story, and I appreciate that very much. You've always got something interesting to bring to the table. There's only been 2 self-elimination bribes so far. Only 2 so far? That's amazing. Well, and it's better than just me doing this watch with you guys. We do have Steven here on the line as well. If you would, Steven.
Hi.
So,
how's it going?
Yeah, this is the man, the myth, the legend. So just to kind of bring some people up to speed that might not know who Steven is, I've also got here for you guys a few of the articles that he's written, which admittedly, I did not know that. When I'm positive I've covered these in previous videos and whatnot, except for the last one, which you had brought up. But I'm a sucker for not reading the authors when we're covering articles and stuff.
That's the problem. That YouTubers get all the fame and glory, and we write things, and then people take them.
Yeah. So this is Steven. Is it?
Ace
sorry,
Arch.
How do you? Ace Arch. Thank you.
Ace Arch. Ass Arch if you hate me.
Yeah, Ass Arch. Yeah. But he's done some pretty noteworthy breaks of stories, also all relating to Mr. Beast. Mr. Theo, you're a little quiet. Turn up the volume, Kate. That's my wife in the other room. Okay, well, so go ahead and talk for me, Steven. Let's make sure.
Yeah, I can give a little bit about my bio.
Perfect.
A little spiel about who I am. So my name is Steven Ace Arch. I have been a digital culture journalist for the past decade. I have written at Newsweek, Business Insider, Rolling Stone, MSNBC. If you name an outlet that writes about the internet, chances are I have been covering it. I have interviewed every influencer you could possibly think of, from Ninja to Myth to the Try Guys. I love studying digital culture and kind of learning about the internet. In 2021, I executive produced a docuseries, but we're not going to talk about that. And over the past year, I have spent a lot of time looking into Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is objectively the largest content creator in the world, and the power that he has cannot be ignored. When you look at the amount of views that he has compared to every other content creator, it doesn't even come close. I interviewed Jimmy for the first time, I want to say 2018, 2019, when he did his Airsoft Battle Royale video. And over the years, I've interviewed members of his cabal. I spoke to Carl Jacobs at one point. Quinn will show up an interview I did with Chandler and Ava. And then last year...
And that was in regard to, sorry, I feel like that's important. Mr. Beast's friends Chris and Chandler want to get verified on Instagram. That was the groundbreaking news for these two.
I love that I managed to get this story on Newsweek and the fact that it still exists. I believe the story behind it is like Mr. Beast was on Twitter being like, "Hey, is there any journalist wanting to write stories about my friends?" And I was like, "I want free clicks.
Yeah,
Duh.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Give me free clicks." So I sat down with both of them. And it's helped quite a lot because I got to learn a bit about who they were as people. Chandler is kind of the quiet type. You know, he did start as Mr. Beast's janitor
Mm-hmm.
before he became like a key member of the group. And then yeah, so during his like the 2024 cancellation era when Ava was kind of outed as being inappropriate with young people on her Discord, as well as, you know, being inappropriate with her executive assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I covered those stories for Rolling Stone, and then that reporting kind of led me to covering Beast Games Season 1. I believe I am still the only reporter who actually spoke to contestants and crew members who broke that Beast Games Season 1, outside of what we already knew about Vegas, for what was filmed in Toronto, was a chaotic swirl of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
They had too many people on set. There were no rules. Nobody knew what the hell they were doing. All of the crew members were overworked and underpaid. They There were injuries on set. My story that I'm still the most proud because Mr. Beast did not want this information coming out is about. I'm going to tell the story of Sam real quick, and then we can get into the fun. Um, Sam is a story. It's what I wrote for Business Insider. Sam was a 24-year-old crew member, electrician. First day on set, September 11th, 2024. He is exiting the bottom of the tower in the middle of the Beast Game set. And unbeknownst to him, one of the panels above had been set loose by another construction worker, and it hurtled towards the ground, hitting him on the shoulder, throwing him back to the ground, where he hits his head, blood shoots out of his mouth, and he tells his manager, "I don't want to die." Um, when he gets to the hospital, he learns that he needs to get his pancreas removed. He needs to go through hours and hours of surgery. He is going to be permanently disabled for the rest of his life. And a Beast Games executive came to him and offered him $1,000 in Uber Eats and DoorDash gift cards. Um, that is still, I think, one of the most underlooked stories in the Beast Games lore. The Ontario government is still allegedly looking into it. I've heard no updates, and Beast has never publicly commented. Though I will say his PR denied all responsibility of the production and Beast himself, though also said that Sam was not to blame. So, who is to blame? Uh, if you ask Beast, just God.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah,
insurance companies, right? Acts of God.
basically, yeah.
Well, and he did comment, kind of connected in relation to this thing that there were no broken bones on set.
Yeah.
So that is his one singular comment that would even be associated with something like this, where he just outright denies that anything happened. But I mean, again, we've also seen countless times even the contestants of the Beast Games would address each other to recognize each other as people who have been like, yo, I'm the one that broke my hand during the briefcase game in separate places. I'm the person that broke my leg. And people are like, oh, yeah, it's you. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Objectively, in Beast Game Season 1, there were injuries.
Yeah.
Uh, People hit their, I said one guy who told me he hit his groin falling through a trap door, which sounds horribly painful, considering it's like a multi-foot drop.
Well, someone had huge back injuries and they were
Yeah,
hospitalized and they were talking about it in the group chats as well.
yeah. And I spoke to multiple crew members who received injuries, even outside of Sam, whose stories they just did not want to come forward because of fear of either Mr. Beast or his audience.
Right.
Um, but you know what? None of that got in the way because Beast Game Season 2 was coming out regardless. According
Amen.
to, yes, what a few months ago, Bloomberg reported that when even before Beast Game Season 1 came out, Amazon put $250 million aside so that there would always be more seasons of the Beast games.
Hmm.
The scandals meant nothing.
Right. And so this is where we are for today. We have, so obviously, I should also start with, it's not just Steven here to kind of introduce himself and go over this just because we're covering Beast Games. We also have a bit of updated information if any of you guys were following up or keeping up with the Civilization video that Mr. Beast had put out that had a ton of issues in regard to it. We found out some more information as Steven, being the actual journalist that he is, was able to conduct a lot of interviews with the people who were competing, mainly a lot of the girls who were competing in that Civilization, and we got a lot more context and perspective for some different issues that had been going on in that as we went over. We'll kind of briefly summarize some of that stuff as we get into it. But the first thing that we're going to do collectively is also go into in seeing the first episode of Season 2 Beast Games. Now, I reviewed the first season. I think it's only fitting that inevitably I'll probably review the second season as well. I was very, just in general, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts too, Steven, I was very underwhelmed and blown away by, to put it frankly, how shitty the first games were, just because, for those who don't know or didn't watch, the vast majority of what was going on in these was just mind games. It was just like self-sacrifice bribery games, and it was ridiculous. There was no like actual, it didn't feel like there were any actual games. I actually went and totaled and compared the amount of bribery slash just like kind of up to chance games or like up to who likes each other games, and there were like, it was 75% that to the 25% people like throwing balls, and that was it. Like it was mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think a lot of that came because of the chaos of the set. Like the
Right.
first episode, there's this they're basically eliminating half of the people in like the first 10 minutes. But that was not the plan. Originally, if you remember, there was like a challenge where everybody was like on a row,
Mm-hmm.
and if one person like self eliminated on the row, then the row was saved.
Oh,
Um,
yes, I know. Are you referencing when the rules showed up on screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I interviewed those people. And basically what they told me is while there was I believe it was a lunch break, they were all just kind of like waiting around because a lot of the Beast games in general is just these contestants waiting around doing nothing.
Right.
The rules for the game briefly appeared on their iPads, and on other screens, I believe. And those that were paying attention, or those, I believe it was those that got in early because there were buses that were bringing them in waves. So those that got in early were able to get the information for the challenge. And the challenge that was supposed to last quite a while was over in 10 seconds. So they didn't really know what to do. I have video where I have a video of these 200 or so contestants in like a Hilton, or I don't want to say the hotel, in a hotel like ballroom, basically screaming at Mr. Beast people, believing that they were unfairly kicked off. I believe the whole thing ended where they did like their own investigation and found that nothing happened. So like the actual
Yeah, we
challenge,
we found nothing wrong with how we fucked up this competition.
yeah, and it was so weird to me that the challenges were the things that like Mr. Beast was so obsessed about. If like, because I read all of the NDAs for Beast Games Season 1 contestants and crew members, and basically the only thing they were not allowed to talk about, or they would have a 100,000 or $500,000 fine, is what the challenges actually were. Like that giant throw a ball in a cup challenge from the tower was what Mr. Beast and his team cared about leaking more than anything else. Uh,
Imagine bankrupting your children's children because you told people you played throw ball in cup in a Beast game.
and my sources genuinely worried about that.
Well, I don't
Like,
blame them. Like, if it's
I
that, if the
pretty,
stakes are that high, it's not funny anymore. Like,
yeah, it was all like it felt so silly because we're like, I'm talking about a YouTuber here, but like again, this is a YouTuber with the most power of anyone on the planet when it comes to
Right.
this platform. This isn't just some like internet rando, which is just it's all the challenges are iffy, and I'm curious to see if they up the ante this time. I know they brought back a few of the challenges
Yeah.
because yeah,
The
Mr. Beast is
single
desperate to establish a brand.
right. The single advertisement that I had seen so far, like I just kind of found out this was dropping because Steven let me know. We were just planning to do the interview the latter half, but he did make one, like the single clip I saw is like a lot of people didn't like how many RNG games there are. So they have like a Wipeout style, modernized obstacle course that he had shown. So I'm curious to see how that ratio of RNG self-sacrifice games to games of skill pans out.
I
Um,
wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot.
Heck yeah. So, I mean, without further ado, I've got this set up. Let me go ahead and stream this for you as well here. We know if you can see that.
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect. And with that, let me get it over to you guys as well. And we're gonna get started. We are allowed to do this. This is not illegal. Be said for streamers and everything that the first episode of Beast Games is copyright free. We're allowed to do this. So just covering that
Yeah.
base as well. Don't feel too rotten.
Don't he can't pull like an H3 content nuke.
Yeah.
There's no claim in here.
Mom said so. So
Yeah.
Once again, I am standing on $5 million of real cash, an unfathomably large amount of money.
From the get-go.
what's up?
It's just from the get-go. I'm always obsessed with Mr. Beast's need to put real money in his video. I believe that pile is probably a lot of real money is in that pile for absolutely no reason.
Well, I mean, that's what they did last year too. They didn't like the entire thing wasn't real money. They just put real money on the top, and then the bottom of it was, just whatever. And they had security standing around it, from what I heard.
Yeah, one day I'll be able to tell that story of how money may have gone missing on the set of the Beast Games from that first tower.
Yeah, yeah,
but not today.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, and it's looking very similar in fashion to the first season with this setup here.
Of course.
Waiting for this money, 100 of the strongest contestants on the entire planet.
Let's go! We here, baby! We here! Let's go!
Versus 100 of the smartest contestants in the world. You're witnessing the first time in human history.
I bet they
the
asked them
100
to do the
strongest.
arm flex and then the hand.
What was that?
I bet they asked them to do the arm flex and the hand on temple.
Oh yeah.
When they were walking in, just to kind of, add to the mystique.
Yeah. I got to add to the
The
flavor.
100 smartest have ever been in the same room. Will it be brains or biceps that wins Beast Games? Because only one of these 200 contestants is going to win $5 million. I'm Jimmy Donaldson, also known as Mr. Beast, and this is Beast Games, the biggest competition show in the history of television. Who's excited for season 2?
Team Smart, baby! This isn't a competition. That money's mine, baby! It's over. Anybody here that came? Might as well
Never
just
see
go.
any of these
I got
people
3
again.
kids. I'm here to pay for their colleges, pay off my house, pay off my debt, set my kids up for life.
We will die for this money.
I will do anything to win.
Hold on, sorry. What?
That came? Might as well just go home.
I got 3 kids.
One
I'm
sec.
here to pay for their colleges, pay off my house, pay off my debt, set my kids up for life.
We will die for this money.
I will do
Okay.
anything to win.
Couldn't tell if that was actually him saying that.
It's smart. I got a little bit
There's
of
probably
this
a lot of
too.
ADR.
Think about the
Yeah.
richest people in the world right now. Would you say they're smarter or stronger?
You saw Team Smart. How are you feeling? Are you
Bunch of nerds. These guys are all thinking about what they'll do with the money.
Are you thinking?
No, nothing.
Who needs thinking when you got
Nothing.
these?
These people have been waiting there for hours.
I'm a Hall of Fame martial artist.
I have a super high IQ, about the same as Albert Einstein.
How about nonchalant? She says that she has the same IQ as Albert Einstein.
No thinking, just straight.
I'm buying a Lambo, buying a house. Rest is going straight on black.
My dad has cancer. I'm gonna pay for his treatment.
I will win the $5 million.
Didn't you lose in season 1?
This season is going to blow your mind.
So, I mean, I will say first off, this isn't as bad of an intro as the first season. They actually have like a general focus on, they're actually doing like it's brains versus bronze. Like it's a very standard, versus thing setup, but like compared to the original where it was just 2,000 people, 1,000 of which fucking disappeared before I even think they recorded Beast Games, right?
Yep,
It was,
the
yeah.
YouTube
So,
video.
I mean, like, that was just anybody. It was like the cool idea of it was just that there was 1,000 people. Wow. Ooh. But no, his veneers are phenomenal if you like toilet bowl white.
It's like he still does the AIT thing. Even in like the latest celebrity upload, I was just pausing it, being like, "Look in the background. There's his AI teeth."
Yeah, it's bizarre. But like I do, give respect where it's earned. He is that, like, they have formed a bit more of an identity that I think people can actually connect to, as opposed to that first season.
Yeah, I think Mr. Beast in general, that first season, he just like I think the only thing he had written on like a whiteboard was the word "big." The whole goal was just be the biggest. Most Guinness World Records, most cameras, most people. The whole goal was just to make it as large and cumbersome as possible. And I think this time around, he's pulled it back quite a lot. It has 400 compared to the 2,000.
Right.
Because maintaining that was impossible, especially since he's filming. I believe this part. Don't quote me on this one, but it looks like it's Vegas. He's in.
Okay.
So he has to kind of bring in his own people.
Makes sense.
Or yeah, I believe Beast Games season 2 was filmed in Riyadh, Vegas, and near the Mr. Beast headquarters
Okay.
in Carolina.
And then I see,
from my understanding.
yeah, totally fine. I mean,
Yeah.
find out later, but apparently people who won money from him in past are in season 2. They could be showing up if they're, I mean, as he set it up.
Oh, they're
it's
definitely there.
It's the most
Like-
intelligent, most strong. Obviously, there's going to be like, I think there is some of that nepotism in a sense. That was already in season 1. We had people from former competitions like Jeremy, who was a staple in it. That was like, people were weirded out about he had he was very much deeply a Christian, and there was some conflict in regard to that and him.
Yes, the bearded
but
guy.
yeah, there's plenty of examples where that happens. If you're ever looking at the Beast Games, and I've kind of talked about this with Steven, I don't exactly know how it works, but I understand like Survivor, for instance, got sued into oblivion because they had a game played unfairly. I don't know how fraternizing or any of that comes into play when they're selecting people for a competition like this. And from how I've understood it, traditional media has to follow, policy and whatnot in regard to traditional media and what they've set up, versus Mr. Beast coming from YouTube and the more like modern media, I guess I'd call it. They don't seem to have to do that. So you're going to notice like, oh, you'd never be able to get away with some of this shit, like having these recurring people just kind of show up versus what you're going to see in like Survivor or something. And as far as I know, and maybe you can shed some light on this, Steven, that's just, they're kind of allowed to do it. Doesn't really matter. There's no law for it.
Yeah, so unlike traditional, as you mentioned, this is on a streaming service. This is not.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not. It does not have the same stringent rules that something on traditional cable or television does. The FCC is not as, on top of it. When it comes to the actual money that they're winning, that's when they have to care. Like, they have a guy on set, at least they did in season 1, for practices and standards.
Oh, they did. Okay.
They did. They did. Again, that was the guy who determined that there was no problem. The way they kind of do it, and this is the same for like every Mr. Beast video, from my understanding, is that they have people that they want to do better. We'll talk about it a bit later with the Mr. Beast
Yeah.
Minecraft video. but they know there are people who are better on camera. So it might be, a rule gets changed or someone gets a bit more time or, things that aren't necessarily rigging the game, but they are helping the people that Jimmy, well, it's mainly Jimmy's team, wants to be in front of the camera.
Well, the best example was the winner of season 1. He shows up almost never in the beginning of the Beast Game season 1, the guy who literally won it all. And he doesn't actually start having camera time up until like the very last few episodes because he fucking won the games. Like they just didn't really show him in much of anything.
Yeah, I knew who won season 1 like really early. If Polymarket wasn't around at the time.
Sure.
Nor would I do that because that is journalistically unethical. Wink, wink. But I think when it comes to like how they're setting up the winners, it's always like there's a lot of behind the scenes videos of Mr. Beast videos which help
Right.
quite a lot. Like there's a Colin and Samir video of Beast Games season 1, which is fantastic to watch. Not only because it backed up a lot of my reporting, but it also like there's a giant board that they have of people's faces that they're gonna focus on. And they're gonna make sure there's a camera guy around these people. So they're absolutely in almost every single Mr. Beast video favorites of
Right.
Jimmy's team.
Well, because they're
And
trying to make the best. Like I
it's
want to
context.
make it
It's
clear
not
too
real.
that this isn't just about like Mr. Beast in general. Like,
Yeah.
yes, to rig it directly is illegal, obviously, but for the same sake of, or for in the same reason that any other competition show is going to focus on people that are more interesting and play better to camera, Beast Games is going to do the same thing. I want to make it clear this isn't just to this is a shit on Mr. Beast thing. This is like also a part of how, modern day television works, especially with competition stuff. And Mr. Beast does have some caveats because they are solely on a streaming service. It's interesting. It's good to know that they have someone who's, the fairness and what did you call it? The person on set.
Standards and practice.
Standards and practices when it comes to that stuff. It's good that they're following that.
It's
But like
because
you
of the
said,
money. It's in terms of doing any sort of sweepstakes or contest,
right.
you need to follow a certain set of laws. Like Mr. Beast, like one of the first dog pack videos was him kind of calling out how crappy.
Oh, the live stream
he did.
giveaway things.
Yeah, the live
Yeah.
stream giveaways. And like again, that was in one of the earlier days of Mr. Beast where controversy was abound. Nobody just talked about it. And he's definitely, again, now that he has $250 million behind this thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to get more buttoned up. That's kind of what I've been wanting to watch the most about Beast Games, to see how they've kind of buttoned up and solved the problems of season 1. And the way I've kind of seen it is by making sure that their people are the ones working on this thing and keeping leaks to a minimum.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, long enough. Okay.
Millions of dollars of prizes on top of the $5 million, a literal island. We built a city way better
doing
than
islands
season
again.
1.
We have massive obstacle courses. We're shooting cannons. An entire episode dedicated to Survivor. And by far the most physical and psychological games you have ever seen in your life. All designed to test these
Was that the cube game literally again?
episode dedicated
Yeah,
to Survivor.
they do the
And by far
stacking.
the most
They showed it off in the celebrity video from today.
Okay.
Again, like when you watch these, this is something I've kind of fixated on. Is Mr. Beast has no brand identity. When you think about Mr. Beast, what do you think of? You think of money and Jimmy Donaldson. If you think of like any other specific YouTuber, you can think of a brand. Moist Critical is a guy who is going to share his opinion in his monotone voice with his jokes. Logan Paul is going to do weird wrestling stuff and get involved with Pokemon that, scammy stuff. With Mr. Beast, he has no personality in his content. So how does he brand it? It's through his challenges.
Yeah.
At least that's what he's trying.
Right. I mean, you can see here. This is
Yeah.
the block tower thing that they did at the very beginning of season 1, except now it's just jumbo. It's bigger, if you will.
It's bigger.
physical and psychological
Isn't his brand spending money? I guess that. And Feastables
is
chocolate being ethically sourced. Those are two really big things.
Games you have ever seen in your life, all designed
Yeah.
to test these one-of-a-kind players and find out how far they'll go
One of
to
a
win
kind, with
$5
$200
million.
Let's get into season 2 of Beast Games Strong versus Smart.
The smart
Thank you for explaining
contestants
that
are
to us.
currently exiting.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Thank you for explaining to us that 200 players are in and one will win.
Of course.
I needed
The
to be told that.
stage. Because for this first game, we are going to cut the 100 strong in half. As I expected, most of you seem pretty confident. But let's see how long that lasts.
Send us up!
Are we actually moving up? Oh my gosh. I don't want to look down. Wait, this is literally insane.
The first game will be taking place far down below you. But how are you going to get all the way down there? What could it be? I bet all those smart people down there are figuring it out.
Open the trap doors! Oh my god! Oh yeah! Things are getting real now! It's a little scary.
Below each of you is a rope. And at the end of that rope are blocks attached to a weight. And each player's weight is different because they are customized to be exactly 1/3 of your body weight. Your objective is to climb to the bottom of the pole below you. Grab the rope with your custom weight attached to it, hoist it up to you, pull the blocks off the weight, and without falling, return to the surface with the blocks and stack them in the color order I tell you.
Okay, so I mean, don't get me wrong. That is so one issue. So we're not really doing, what is it, 200 of each or 400 in total? We're doing, is it 100 of each again?
I think so.
So we're just hitting our numbers like, oh, it's bigger, but in reality, they're just shaving it down for this. So they're doing one big one. This is still objectively better because it is like they're using. I think it's actually really smart that they chose brains versus bronze because now they have a bunch of people that they know are like physically fit to some degree, so they can do challenges like this and not risk like the issues that they were running into with like the rope pulling in Vegas and stuff, where it was like men versus women getting singled out just because of the strength difference. But if they have everybody at like a similar level and they're doing 1/3 of the body weight for each of them, that is so much better than any of what came down to RNG or like the drama that started up because of these like physical games when you kind of knew before you even got into it what was going to go down. So I like that. I don't like that they're shaving off half of the contestants immediately again, but like with these kinds of games you don't really, I guess that also just kind of makes sense if you're starting that
It's the Mr. Beast logic where if you read the contract book, that is his Bible, that it's all about retention immediately. How do you get people's attention immediately? You kill half of the people.
Right.
You gotta make sure the audience is as engaged as possible so that they're gonna watch the next 8 and stick around. It's all about retention. And this one seems to be like, I'll give it that it's a more original game.
Incredibly.
Simplistic. It is someone they spent a lot more time, I think. I don't think in Beast Game Season 1 they spent a lot of time thinking about the challenges themselves. I think it was more trying to create the large scope and figuring out a place that they could legally film. So they didn't have as much time. So, but now now the budget is in. They fixed the problems.
Yeah.
And now we're getting blocks.
Wait, that I see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're talking all that shit and immediately, or like give it credit, and then in the same fucking game, they're doing the block tower stacking. It's not the same thing, but gotta add the blocks.
That's crazy. I just wonder how we're gonna get in. Because if one wrong step, you just fall, dude.
That's how holes work.
If at any
Also, glad to see this hasn't changed. It is just a pet peeve, probably because I'm a grown ass person, and I know that he also kind of wants as wide a range of audience that he could possibly get. But when they're doing something that can be perceived as cool or crazy, when they have a montage of the contestants going, "This is insane, this is crazy," that shit is so annoying. It's like one of those the golden rules of like, don't tell the audience how to feel, just show them. And that'll do it. Like, to show I guarantee you it took like an hour or like 30 minutes for them to elevate that entire platform, but they had to make it crazy. And so like, we need to throw in that people are mind blown by this platform moving. Like
Well, they have a guy on set going, "Get hyped, get hyped.
Yeah.
We're about to do this thing. Cameras are rolling."
point you fall, you will be eliminated.
But the first 50 of you to make it back up and stack your blocks will be moving on to Beast City.
Game time. Here we go.
All right, we are about to begin.
All right, go time. 7 pounds lighter, baby. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Bare
You know
knuckle
what this
fighter.
reminds me of? Being back
what's up?
Said bare knuckle fighter.
Oh yeah, no, she's min
I
maxing.
love the little things underneath.
in high school and sneaking out of my house.
Oh,
scaling
their
down off
names?
my roof.
Former
Yeah,
gymnasts.
former
I see it.
Dad.
Pay
Yeah.
attention. The color pattern you'll be stacking your blocks in is yellow, red, blue, green. Go!
Here they go. Oh my God. All right, everyone is now climbing down their trapdoor. They're going quick.
You're watching the strongest people on the planet in action.
Oh my God, look at
What are you doing? Keep going! This game looks really hard because it is. But remember, these are the strongest of the strong.
It's crazy to see how strong everyone is.
Some of these people can lift cars. Others
How many
are
times?
Ninja Warrior champions.
What?
Does he need to say the word strong? Like whenever I watch one of the Mr. Beast videos, I'm always like fixated on what are the words that just keep getting repeated over and over and over. And with this one, we're not going to hear brains versus brawn once, because that is not the brand. It is strong versus smart. So they want you to not think of brains versus.
They said
brawn.
brains versus biceps. Yeah,
Brains
that's
versus biceps. That's way different.
yeah.
That's two B's. So they're just gonna keep saying it.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's no, the strong. You're right.
Oh my gosh, wait, I think he might be the first one up.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby.
wait, number 2, they're coming up.
And it only took about a minute and a half for the more agile, strong contestants to stack their blocks.
Yellow, red,
thought they were
blue,
all the
baby.
strong.
Hey, press the button, press the button. You're the first one to finish. You're the second.
We are done, baby.
Woo! You're number 10.
Bro, I was trying to hold both sides of the rope. One of them fell. It like barely hung on.
Oh my God.
Yellow,
Oh my God.
red, blue, green.
Now that was way more of a challenge than I thought. Actually, it was way harder than I thought.
Let's go.
Within 2 minutes, 16 of the 100 strong had already completed the challenge with ease. And as for the rest, 2 kinds of people began to emerge. Those willing to push their bodies to the absolute breaking point for a shot at $5 million. And those whose bodies had already broken.
Oh,
Yeah, that's great.
Fly!
holy shit!
What's a hold on?
Heavy, dude.
Pull it.
I'm trying.
Pull it.
strong enough to pull yourself up?
Yeah.
All right, there's still
No, I'm not. I just like being down here. I'm hoping to get 45. It's my favorite number. Okay, I get it. I get it. But oh my god, I'm curious. The people eating shit, getting like slamming into their weight at the bottom.
spots left. You gotta get deep.
It's so slow.
I'm sure it's okay, but it does not look so.
It's $5 million.
I know.
There's still 15 people climbing. Make that 14.
Keep trying. Don't give up. I'm trying, but my hands are sweaty. I can't do this.
Keep climbing, brother. Keep climbing.
We're running out of spots. Keep climbing.
Let's go.
And at this point, there are only 2 more spots available for the strong to move on to the city.
Don't give up.
And as for the few that are still left climbing at this point, they've been climbing
I don't want to go home.
for over 20 minutes.
Keep going.
Come on, Todd. Keep going. Keep going.
You got this.
Come on, Sonia. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I like the inspiration.
You gotta.
Come on, Sonia. Let's go.
It's climbing up. There you go, John. Come on, John. Keep going. Keep going.
She got up to the ladder. She got up to the ladder. All she needs to do.
Oh my god.
You gotta be kidding me. Keep climbing. You got this. You got this. You got this. No.
You're right there.
The strong game is coming to an end. And right about now, there's one player still climbing.
Come on, 110.
But by the looks of it, soon there may be 0. Player 110. If you make it, you move on to Beast City with the Gymnasts, the Ninja Warriors, and all of us. But if you fall, your chance
You do,
at that
Jimmy.
$5 million will be gone forever. So, what's it going to be?
I got 3 kids. I'm here to pay for their colleges.
After 27 minutes, our 50th strong player, Sonia, has arrived.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, just pull up, noobs. So this is much better than their season 1. I just want to point out, maybe it's like to imply that the strong people are stupid because they're up against the smartest, but this whole you have to stack them in the right color of blocks in the right order did not trip up anybody, because that is by far the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, if they just needed to stack the blocks and make sure they don't fall, I feel like that would have even been something compared to make sure you stack them in the correct order of colors. And if you don't, nobody had an issue with it. They did not show a single person like, wait, what? Red, blue, green. Like, was it up on? I'm assuming it was up on a screen. Like, they just did not.
I truly
so dumb.
believe that it's a brand synergy thing.
Yeah, for the blocks
not-
from the original one. That makes
they
sense.
did it for the blocks, so they're gonna do the blocks later, and now blocks are part of Mr. Beast. That's it.
That's
Which is
epic.
weird. Epic.
Our 50th.
Let's just keep going. It works. Give me the strength. Yay. To the city. I'm going to the city. I told you. It's just such a surreal feeling. I just hope my parents are proud of me.
Congratulations! You guys are going to the city!
Ready?
You are officially the strongest of the strongest!
Queue up on main stage.
Let's see how they do the smart people.
They have to solve a Rubik's Cube.
Is it actually?
With their toes. I have no idea.
That'd be hilarious.
No, it's gonna be something even sillier. It's gonna be them. They have to stack blocks
In my
order.
in my prime, I could solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes. Out of my prime,
you could-
about 2.5.
You could go on Beast Game.
Yeah, let's go.
If you are currently standing on this platform, it is because you are one of the smartest people on the entire planet. Some of you have genius level IQ. Some are literally rocket scientists. And you're all about to compete
With Mark
for
Rober.
$5 million.
True.
There's a lot of really smart people around here that are pretty intimidating.
Mark Rober prefers to hang out with Beast off camera when they're like
Yes.
gambling and stuff.
I have a
That's
4.0
cool.
GPA.
Mark Rober's
and
a
I
Mormon.
scored-
Oh yeah, he gets his kicks from just watching other people get to do stuff he doesn't get to.
a near perfect score on my MCAT.
They call me the human calculator.
What's 56 times 72?
4032.
Oh my gosh.
I have a doctorate degree. It can't be harder than that. I'm a technical analyst for a healthcare software company.
I've studied how people form their attitudes, form their decisions, and I'm going to use that in this game to win that $5 million.
I have a doctor of pharmacy degree and I play Pokemon cards competitively. I think I'm pretty smart.
Dude, how amazing would it be that the one like behavioral analyst just ends up winning? It's just, yeah, I just manipulated people to the end. It works like a charm.
Right here, and I think I'm gonna get past this game without any
We're gonna
issues.
treat this like an experiment. Have to find out what variables we're gonna manipulate.
Go ahead and remove the
He got that
block
scripted.
in front of you. We're gonna find out if all of you are as
Oh my
smart
god,
as you
it is
say
the
you
blocks.
Oh heck yeah, more blocks.
Oh my god.
More blocks,
no,
brand
this is
synergy,
scary.
baby.
Just like in the strong game,
I am going to stack a random assortment of blocks into a tower like this. And once I knock it over, you will have 60 seconds to recreate
memory
that
game.
tower using the blocks on your platform.
if your tower doesn't
That would
match
suck,
mine
yes,
after
but-
60 seconds,
Yeah, maybe.
you'll be eliminated.
All right. Simple.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. $5 million stack of blocks right here.
I know I can memorize.
If I was a strongman, I'd be fucking pissed if I saw that this is what the smart people had to do.
They just gotta memorize?
We're doing Simon Says for them? I'm sweating. Like
My back just broke falling to the ground.
Here.
When I was younger, I memorized 1,300 digits of pi in 3 days, so
I think
feel
you'll be
pretty good
fine
about
then,
memorizing
Sammy.
Yeah, I
numbers.
think you're
I'm a
cool,
rocket
Sammy.
scientist, so hopefully that translates to this today.
These guys just gotta remember blocks.
City is for the 100 best in the
Yeah,
world.
it
If they
is.
can't memorize a couple blocks, they don't deserve.
you guys got to keep in mind, you're like, why are they all so corny? These are the people that they showed. They talked to like pretty much all of these guys, I'm pretty sure, but they kept the corniest.
to be there.
Let's get ready to play the smart game. It's a big deal. Half of you
I'm
are
just
about
excited to
go
see how
home.
they make
Our
this look
first block
intense.
is green.
A lot of music. Oh, it lights.
Green.
Yellow.
Y, GY, 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 GY.
Our third block, blue.
Good your bad. Good your
GYB, GYB.
Red. Blue. And lastly, yellow. You will have 60 seconds to recreate that tower, and your time starts right now. One wrong block,
And you go home now and lose your chance to join the 50 strong contestants in Beast City.
green, yellow, blue, red.
Green, yellow, blue, red, blue, yellow.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, I already forgot it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Oh my god.
2, 1.
Time is up, hands up. Reveal the results. None of you were eliminated.
Shocker.
Expected from a room full of geniuses, you all got that pattern correct.
But now we're
Big
gonna
name is
double
handy.
it.
Photographic memory.
We're doing so good.
I'm glad you all thought that was easy. But for
He did
this
not
next
say that.
round, we're going to make
No.
it much,
ADR,
much
baby.
harder.
I'm scared.
Suspense is killing me now.
This time, we'll be doing a 10-block pattern, and you'll only have 30 seconds to match it. And anyone who can complete this pattern within the time limit will automatically move on to Beast City.
Dude, what?
We're cutting the time in half and adding 4 extra blocks.
This is crazy.
With Jimmy, you always expect the unexpected, right?
The most important moment of their lives starts with this red block.
This is not the most important moment of their lives.
Red.
Green, green, yellow.
Red, green, yellow.
Blue, red, green,
Red.
green.
And lastly, yellow.
Half-line!
Red, green.
Red.
Red, green, yellow, blue.
Red, green, green, yellow, blue, red, red, green, green.
Well, we're losing this, but he's okay. We would lose this because they just immediately like stacked them all. Jimmy put them all up one by one. They did not have. It was not a 30. I'm hard pressed to believe that he only assembled that in 30 seconds. That
No,
seemed.
it took him a lot longer.
Yeah, they had plenty of time. I'm sure people are gonna drop out still, but like.
Someone finish the tower. The first tower.
Okay, yeah, because it's a speed one.
To the city. People are finishing.
Did I? Hold on, sorry. Once someone does it, all they have to do is copy the person next to them. That's it.
Also, Brief, you have a great screen cap, so I'm going to talk about something that I don't know if people know about these games. The people who are filming are not allowed to show their faces on the set. Every single one of them wears a mask.
Oh yeah, you can see.
And a suit, in case you can't tell.
Yeah.
In Beast Game Season 1, they all had to wear those stupid Squid Game masks.
Yeah.
Even if they were just like walking around on set at all. Because Jimmy wanted to make sure that no one's face but the contestants was distracting people. And this shot really captures that well.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of masked men behind him.
That's interesting. Should have made the lights be a different color than the blocks, try to confuse them. I mean, yeah, I think that's what they're doing. They don't have purple blocks, and they got purple in the background as well.
That's the Beast colors.
But I see like your point. Like if they started switching the colors while he was reading them off, that would have been good. That would have screwed with them.
The city before time runs out. Oh my gosh! The spots are going fast. Quicker! Time is running out fast. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands off the blocks. 22 of you are going to the city.
I'm good. I wasn't touching. Oh, we made it to episode 2. We're that much closer to $5 million.
Well, you don't know if you made it to
I feel
episode
very
2 yet.
disappointed in myself. I got everything right except for the last block.
I was gonna look at other people's blocks. Guess I should have just trusted myself from the beginning.
I don't have a degree in memory.
What is your degree in?
I have 8, so which one do you want to know about?
Those of you who got it right, you can just relax while the other players fight it out for the remaining 28 tickets to the city. As for those of you who didn't make it, this next round will be your final chance.
I have one more shot, so I got
Final chance.
So not only did the smart people get a, I would say, objectively easier challenge that would not be hard to complete by the strong people, but but people who screwed up in one of the instances get a second chance. I'd be pissed. I don't know. That seems, if I had to watch this after working my ass off to bring a third of my weight up and shit, I'd be pissed.
And not mess up again.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to try again.
I'm ready for the next one. Let's go!
All right, contestants, welcome to the final round. This will be your hardest combination yet because you'll be keeping track of 16 colors. But there will be no time limit this round. And since there are still 28 spots left in the city, only the first 28 of you who get it right will move on. And while you're playing, remember, down below, the top 50 strong are watching, eager to find out who their competitors will be. Will you join them in Beast City? Or are you going home right now?
I think I might pee my pants.
I've never been more scared of blocks.
And it all starts with this red block. The second block is blue.
Red, blue.
Red, blue.
RBG, green, yellow, red, blue. Red, blue,
And
Wait.
lastly,
Hold on. Red, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green, yellow. It's the same fucking stack every
you just
time.
Don't understand his strategy. Okay?
This is easiest. This is the easiest part.
But you got to make sure it stands up.
It's the exact same fucking. Okay, then is it a smarts game then?
No, it's a toddler game.
What?
It's so you can play at home.
I'm blown away. Is he even?
Yellow. Begin.
Okay, now that's an edit.
It's you literally. Yeah, they know exact. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, what this is when it's gonna be like they're all rushing, they're all knocking it over.
Yeah.
I think they wanted
What's the last two?
People are finishing.
It's red, blue, green, yellow 4 times.
And the rocket scientists too. That was a close finish. It's been reviewed, and we have.
Why can they not just respect intelligent people to be intelligent? Why just do something hard?
The results. When the lights turn on, if your platform is green, you are
because
moving
it has to
on
be smart
Beast
enough
City.
that a toddler can watch it.
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure it wasn't just because of make sure it wasn't just because, yeah, red, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, green. Okay, so that was actually the order. Okay.
That was the comeback of the century.
Oh well, that was a good time.
Okay.
Let's go! Let's go!
Going to Beast City, one step closer to that $5 million.
We started with 100 of the smartest people on the entire planet. And you 50 are moving on to the city! Congratulations! Welcome to the top 100 of Beast Games!
Are you ready to see Season 2 City?
This is the greatest day of my entire life. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the city!
This is gonna blow your mind.
Beast City is back. And it's going to blow your mind.
Wow.
Everyone enjoy the city. It's all yours. Let's go.
Look at the splits. This is insane.
I spent millions upon millions of dollars.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about the city.
Okay.
Because I think that the city itself is interesting. They filmed this time in North Carolina, and I've seen some articles, and I think it's fair to say they did it there because of the tax incentives. North Carolina, I don't remember the exact amount of money, but they give out a few $1 million a year to production companies so that they film within the state. Mr. Beast got millions of dollars from the North Carolina government to film this in their state. He had been trying to get this money since at least June 2024, and it didn't come to fruition till now.
I know that's true with a couple of states. They do the same thing. It's just sort of like entertainment
Yeah, that's why
stuff.
you always see like in Georgia.
Yes, right.
You know, it was a $2.5 million tax credit for Beast Games to film a season 2 episode in Las Vegas, and then another few million for filming it in North Carolina.
Okay, that's good to know.
I'm here for the tidbits.
Yeah, that's good.
Building this real city that you're going to call home for the next month.
They need to get this shit subsidized.
Hella.
This shit was not cheap. They built it in like a
One
month.
of the greatest things I've ever ever seen. I'm so
A bit of a. They wanted to make sure no one drowned. That I guess. That was.
I don't think it was a real pool.
Those definitely don't look like real pools.
No, that's not a real pool. That's just it rained.
Those poor guys. Yeah.
one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I'm so blessed.
Beast City, baby! Let's go! Welcome to the city!
We even have a gym.
I'm gonna have the best workouts of my life.
100 people obsessed with working out.
Yeah, strongest people. I'm sure they must have figured out the food stuff too.
We built a library.
So
an actual
I can
book.
talk about the food stuff.
Oh yeah.
So in Vegas, they fucked up the food stuff.
Again?
Vegas
Or are you talking
was a
about last
cluster
time?
Last time around. This time
Yeah.
around, so Beast Games season 1 in the actual like Toronto filming did not have food issues. At least 4 contestants. Every contestant I spoke with said they were given ample meals, even in the city. They wanted to make sure that the fuck up of Las Vegas didn't happen in Toronto.
Right.
So yeah, I bet this time around there was infinite amount of food accessible.
Well,
And
they had to go
Feastables.
out of their way for the strength people. Like they're
Yeah.
literally having surplus calorie intakes for their their bodies. Like you have to.
Absolutely. They have to plan it out. And you can't just eat a Feastables chocolate bar and call that earning extra calories.
Right.
To read with words.
Look at all those Rubik's Cubes. This is nerd heaven right now.
And a science lab.
It's a periodic table of elements.
This is if this stuff comes in handy, great. But the gym people objectively are getting a lot more out of this than the nerds. Like
the nerds
this
get a
these are
periodic table.
gimmicks. Yeah. Oh yes, a periodic table. I can study.
Single non-radioactive element.
There's even a 24/7 cafe where the contestants can eat whenever they want.
Infinite Feastables bars.
They wanted to make sure again they didn't have the problem of last
Oh, how lucky! Yeah, they got lunch. They got Feastables and feast bars.
Lunchly.
And lunch. Or yeah,
Starbucks.
Feastables and Lunchly.
Oh, you can't fuck it up, okay?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
tried Lunchly. It is edible.
Lunchly is edible. Yeah.
It is edible.
The only Starbucks in the world serving free coffee 24/7.
We're at the Beast City Starbucks out here.
Everyone seems to be having fun. Let's spice things up. Let's be real. We're not here to hang out in this city. We're here to dwindle you down to one winner of this $5 million.
It's like a gladiator pit.
We started with 100 of the strongest and 100 of the smartest people on the planet. Now half are already gone. And only the biggest brains and biggest biceps fight on for that $5 million prize.
They're so amped up.
Before you settle in, one more thing.
If you turn around, you will see a 24-hour timer on that screen. When that timer hits 0, that portal is going to open, and half of you will be eliminated on the other side of that. Have fun, enjoy the city. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I made it all the way here to the city. I'm
We're gonna
not
see
going
portals
anywhere.
and
We
stuff
just got
like
here,
that.
so don't get too comfortable.
Yeah. Is that the new gimmick? The
I think
portals.
Portals is going to be the new gimmick. I've watched all of the Mr. Beast animated show,
Hmm.
which isn't really an actual show. It's like it's 10 3-minute episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. A web series. Yeah.
It's a web series because he always wanted to make his own anime, but he was on a budget.
Yep.
And it uses similar portal technology.
Lovely. Lovely.
As the 24-hour clock counts down, the 50 strongest and 50 smartest players settle into their new home in Beast City.
I'm excited. This is Beast Games right here. This is where it really starts.
11, 10, pick it up. Guys, I feel so good. I haven't worked out in like 5 days.
These are two completely different groups of people.
Okay. All right. And you know what? As much shit as I can give Jimmy for whatever, I can't knock him for this. Hold on.
Guys, I feel so good. I haven't worked out in like 5 days.
This right here, that is a speed cube. They did not cheap out. Well, actually, these can be cheaper than the Rubik's Cube, but these are some good cubes. So I have to put respect on that.
These are two completely
I think
different
he
groups
cares
of people
about the nerds.
with totally
Yeah.
different strengths and skills.
What are we? Okay, so they're showing off their skills. It's calculated.
Yeah, their
again.
skills. You know, it's like the X-Men.
Yeah,
When you
yeah.
show up to like Charles Xavier's, they all have to show their quirk.
And it cuts to that behavior guy just building up a cult over in the corner.
You're
Everyone's got a
insane.
hood.
Thank you.
And if season 1 taught them
Oh,
anything,
chess. Yep.
it's that the social game starts now.
Let's see if I can get this working.
Come on, you can do this, Smart. What was
Just
your name
dump the telescope.
H?
Yeah.
Oh, Katie. Nice to meet you.
Emma, August. Nice to meet you, Emma. What do you do in Connecticut?
I'm a teacher.
Very cool. What do you teach?
Science.
Not very well, though, I heard.
They will have to live together, eat together, and compete together. They will have to make alliances and build trust. There we go. That's tough. Strangers will become allies. Relationships will get tested. And your closest friend could become your biggest enemy.
I would tread lightly with me.
My job is to survive as long as possible.
$5 million is on the line, and only
How
one
you feel about the
person
Beast
walks
Game
away
match?
with it.
Yeah.
But most players believe that they would make it further in this competition as part of an alliance.
Those that made it far last time were all homies.
These are my homies. This is our first strong alliance right now. We're getting prepared.
Everybody's separating off and like making their little cliques and like coming up with their strategies.
I'm coming to strategize.
This is part of the overall challenge, is like figuring out like who's on your side, who not to trust.
I feel like, yeah, right now the only strategy is really meeting people.
Let's go meet with that group because I don't think I know some of them.
174. He's a short kid. His name is Vance.
There you go, Van.
He has been on American Ninja Warrior 4 times and won it 2 times.
There's another Ninja Warrior up there. Ian, guy with the really long beard.
Yeah, I saw him earlier. That dude is horrifying. He won Ninja Warrior twice. Good fucking luck. I don't know how they're gonna do with different strength tests. I'm very interested to see that. Also,
Well, that's
like,
when they're gonna pull in the coin challenges.
right, I'm curious to know how they're going to merge the gap between the strong versus the weak. Like, are they or strong versus smart? Whoops. Like, because like the obstacle courses and stuff, I feel like they're only going to run strong people in that and only run smart people in those things. Like, I want to know how they end up, you know.
But already, that's more
merging that.
intrigue than you had on season 1.
Yeah, exactly,
At
exactly.
I will say, at this point of Beast Games, I'm more intrigued than I was in season 1. I think the transition that Mr. Beast has gone through in the past year hasn't really been that public, but it's been massive. He has hired an entire C-suite of executives from traditional media companies over the past year to basically run his content division. And you can kind of see where that is in this Beast Games stuff.
Well, they pulled in Survivor.
Yeah,
That's like a
Jeff Probst.
best
No.
example of that. I mean, look, end of the day, as much as I will be happy to cover any fuck ups that Jimmy has, because that's just, it's what people want to see and whatnot. If he's doing a good job with correcting the shit that has already happened or the mistakes that have been made, like, great. Genuinely happy to see that less people are hopefully getting injured on set. Like, we don't have info like
hopefully.
that. Right.
Yeah,
It's hopefully, but like seeing
it's
stuff
hopefully.
like this, or at the very least, if we just want to separate the moral issues from the stuff that, you know, have already, you know, been made present in talking about the first season, it is good to see that they're straying away from just making it big and epic and focusing on what is actually entertaining. Because, you know, the big number can only carry you so far for the monkey brains that are watching, including myself. Like, you know, big number, go up. Everyone likes to see that, or, you know, big money. But actually see them putting work into creating more entertaining stuff to watch is a good step, at least the entertainment side of it.
Oh, 100%. Like, if you separate the creator from the content and just focus
Right.
on what it is, this is, you know, just from the little bits we've watched, is definitely where Mr. Beast excels at. Where it is kind of creating an environment that a social situation can happen. And it's allowing it to play out in a way that doesn't feel as Zoomer-brained as
Right.
a lot of the content he's produced over the past few years.
Yes.
And that, to me, has so much more potential. Like, I want to see more of the... You know, I will give Jimmy his I will give Jimmy his grace as well when he makes content. That when he makes good content, there's a reason it goes more viral than anything else. Because
Right.
objectively, he is good at curating content. And this seems to skew more towards the better, though again, we still have 9.5 more episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Also, the brains get Rubik's cubes, telescopes, and chess, while the strong get stronger. Yeah, pretty much. That seems to be the through line.
Have a lot of agility work. He's gonna be a menace.
We got Nick for the captain. I guess I'm the co-captain. We have 30 people. If all 30 of us get through, which we will, we'll literally own 60%, and then we control the game from there.
We got the biggest, the fastest, the strongest. No one's gonna get in our way.
Strong alliances were forming, and so were smart alliances. But could the strong and smart work together?
If we're butting heads, that's not gonna work. But I don't want butt heads with no smarts.
I don't think only strong is the way to go in the next challenge.
I think it'll be important to use the smarts, like
Not use them, dang.
use the smarts.
We'll be able to find strong people across the board because all we need are their muscles.
I noticed there's one strong person amongst all you smart people.
They're my super friends.
What'd you say?
I played the game that was in his lap. It's yeah, that one. You basically get a card, and that's a giant wheel where you kind of have to figure out what percentage of people.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I played that one with Wavelength.
Yep. That's
I
sick.
those might be on there a lot.
Find strong people across the board because all we need are their muscles.
I noticed there's one strong person amongst all you smart people.
They're my super friends. I'm a superhero, and these are my little super friends.
The smart team's adopted you.
One of our big concerns has been, can we find smarts that we can communicate with?
Still early. I think everyone still has their own direction and plan. I think right now we're still in the feelers stage.
Every single conversation I've had with a strong person, I just feel like I'm the nerd and they're dictating to me what I should be doing. I'm getting really tired of it. I don't think muscle's gonna earn your way to the top.
People are trying to make teams, and I just don't trust it.
I've been trying to talk to as many people as possible, trying to get who they trust, who they don't.
Do you have a number in your head that you would walk away right now with?
You know, yeah, if it's $1 million, I'm going to take $1 million.
Crypto content
Crypto
creator.
content creator.
Crypto content creator.
Let's
Jimmy loves a good
go.
crypto.
Wait, what if he is the one true net positive crypto content creator? What if he's the one that does it morally? I gotta see.
You know, as someone who's interviewed the creator of Dogecoin and Dink Doink, I can say I don't think there is one.
The one true actual crypto guru.
Not too sure about that.
Fingers crossed. Maybe you found the one.
Absolutely. I hope he gets it.
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you right now. I don't trust you.
I just couldn't do it, and I
That's
wouldn't do it.
crypto.
I'm going to eliminate as many smart people as I can.
A lot of them.
I feel like you're gonna rug pull me or something. I don't know.
Probably say they won't take a bribe, and they will, and like eliminate everybody.
I feel like this is like the Real Housewives of Beast City. Like the claws are out. People are here to like not lose.
It's not a goodbye. It's a see you later. Come on, you like that?
I do it.
That's good.
I've been talking. I might have met another contestant on the show. She's really sweet, number 152.
I don't want to go 6 weeks without you. Stick together tomorrow.
You're coming home with me.
You know?
I'm really happy we met here.
This shit is really awkward.
First rule of reality shows is you don't fuck.
Well, the second rule, though, is to create as much tension as possible and include it as a through line in the story as soon as you can.
Not, baby.
You got to see, like, you guys know, and there's a good chunk of this. If you've ever done anything in front of a TV, if you've ever done anything in front of a camera, you are a different person, and you are going to do stuff because you have a vested interest, if you're in front of a camera, to make sure that the whatever you are doing on front of it gets runtime, or at least, like, I'm an actor, I've done modeling, like, I know to expect that. So you can see she looks at the camera. These people know they're being recorded. They're like, it is going to be a little awkward. They're going to try to say stuff that they wouldn't normally say. They're not going to be who they are in real life. And that's another big thing, like relationships on, shows like this. Very rarely do they pan out, or very rarely are they same as what they capture, because they're capturing something that's digestible for a viewing audience. Like, they might have only chosen the cringy shit they're doing to get people to talk about it in the same way that we are now. Like that's
whole
like the
point.
definition of parasocial. Like this is how they get you.
Oh, 100%. It is literally the same thing. They want people like in every Mr. Beast video, he wants this sort of like interpersonal dynamic because he knows it makes better content.
Well, in
It's gonna
Survivor,
come up
like
literally from
any other like reality show where there's like men women tension. Like it's like one of the core parts of entertainment in that way.
Yeah, it does well.
It feels way more put on or like intentionally or like artificially injected when it's Mr. Beast. I think like again the Civ video and stuff. Like they want this story and they try to like artificially force it, and you can kind of feel it sometimes.
100%.
Crazy to meet somebody on Beast games like this. If I get eliminated, you win this thing. If you get eliminated, I'll bring home a lot of.
He's like, whatever you say, bro.
And I'm just really glad that we could share this experience together and come out of this thing with maybe something that's even more valuable than $5 million.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude, that's honestly, I give them a lot of. I'm happy for them. Is he pulling the hair?
He's happy for
Arm
them.
around the other, hand on the leg. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be somebody. If these are people that I want to pair with, because emotions are clearly involved.
Just imagine a Beast employee coming up all masked up and like fully black robed and like, hey, for the camera, would you guys mind like kissing?
just ogling these two people touching each other. And can you
Well,
make sure the Starbucks logo is looking at the camera while you talk to us?
Oh yeah, I
Beast
guarantee
logo?
you they probably were just doing like at the same point. It's like, could you guys do that? I almost guarantee that these people were like, we're just doing it anyway. You know, everyone's been to, or most people have gone to public school. This is not crazy. This is not out of the ordinary.
I think they're cute.
You know exactly what to stay away from. The little love couple. Don't go to that team, man. Love couple's going down
I'm curious,
tomorrow.
what do you have against them?
I don't like their little love couple nonsense.
I don't like that love couple. I don't like happiness in Beast City. I'm the bad guy.
It is the first 24 hours in the city. The sun is rising and Beast City is quiet.
We are strong.
That's
Our
all the
bodies
people
are
running
strong. Our minds are strong.
Could you yourselves believe that these two people have fallen in love over the span of a night or two? Like I don't blame these people for hating or like hating on them, because it's like, number one, it might get them camera time. Number two, what are the real odds that these two people are like in love with each other in a single day? Like I don't blame them for being like, that looks corny as fuck. Like you guys are saying it yourselves, you know?
Yeah.
We're in Mr. Beast City. As the next challenge approached, it looked like
Actually,
one of the
just
smart
Beast City,
players
get the
had
brand.
managed to infiltrate one of the strong alliances.
You guys did not see that. You guys did not. I'm so sorry. I'm a normal person.
No, he's not.
He's not. He's not. Stop. It's very interesting seeing everyone's strategies in the city. You look around and you start to see these cliques start to form.
Child
So, you know, you really
What does
wanna
that
build
even
those
mean?
bonds. So now my
It means
strategy
he's an
is
adult
to be
now,
the
so
friendly
it's
man that
Okay.
they want to take with them to the end. You're not saying I'm strong just because I got a little light bulb? I get it. I mean, listen, the right to bear arms is right here.
My goal is I gotta be cutthroat. As much as I love being a people person, there is only one winner in this game. At a certain point, you have to be the one to cut ties with everyone and be the last one standing.
I'm here to win. I mean, that's the name of the game. It's Beast Games. I'm here to walk away with $5 million. I feel really good about our team. I feel like there's no weak links.
So you want people to support you in this game, and while there's a ton of people here, you got to make sure that you're with the good ones. If you have a strong team mentally and physically, I don't think you could be touched.
I so badly hope there's a bribe because that is our biggest strength with none of us are going to take. Teamwork and trust. Yeah.
No bribes.
No bribes.
No bribes.
We gotta start knocking out
Or
more
that's the
people. There's
bribe.
too many people here, man.
Yeah, one of them's gonna drop immediately.
What's behind those doors?
Hate those masks.
All right. Cool. Good talk.
What do we think's on the other side of this portal?
I think we're gonna have to build something big and carry it somewhere.
The tower challenge with captains.
I imagine it's a lot of running.
We are seeing this on Amazon Prime is where this is streaming.
Something where one smart and one strong are pitted against each other.
I think like a giant obstacle course.
Season 1, the bribe was the very first game. No bribes yet.
I think this is a completely different show than season 1.
I came into this game with the perspective of doing whatever I needed to do to win. If that meant backstabbing people, lying to people, I would do it.
Are you guys ready?
The truth is, I built really deep connections with these people, and I don't think I could get anybody out who doesn't deserve it.
Everybody get on the portal and then walk on a bus.
Heck yeah. All right, the last 50 people to walk through are eliminated.
We gotta move this quick.
We're going to the Nether.
Does Mr. Beast have a money dimension? Is that the lore?
God, I hope so.
It's just a bunch of people with masks who've been chained to slavery.
Oh, you guys have to cook a lava chicken. Oh my god. Well, they're hitting that 80, what is that, 80s, 90s retro Tron style thing.
They wanted to like tech minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jimmy has always like one of Jimmy's idols is Steve Jobs.
Oh, okay.
And like he's obsessed with him. I don't remember. I think he has a Steve Jobs painting in his office.
Oh, okay. Now that
like
tracks.
A big one on the wall. Yeah. So this is like early iPod generation right here.
Oh, this is like the Men in Black workspace, yeah.
Yeah, it's tech minimalism.
What is this place?
This is crazy. What's going on?
It's like a mental asylum. What is this?
Don't be scared. Just line up around the circle. Strong people on one side, smart people on the other.
Yeah, I don't know what they did this season, but last season they used to do these in an airplane.
Are you ready to find out what we have in store for you?
Remember, there's $5 million on the line.
Half of you are about to be eliminated. Before we eliminate half of you, I have an offer. Guards, come on in.
There it is.
As you can all see, the guards are carrying 10 briefcases, totaling at $1 million.
Seeing that much money come out is insane.
To receive this $100,000 bribe, you don't have to eliminate your friend. All you have to do is eliminate yourself.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Self-sacrifice for 100K, great start. It is admittedly more money than the first Sacrifice games from the original one.
Yeah. There's stakes.
So is a
Yeah.
once in a lifetime opportunity. 100K is not.
Yeah, done. Yeah.
Done. Yeah, I'm taking it. 110%.
Yeah. Even if we had like a 30% chance, the expected value is still higher than that.
I'm not going nowhere. It's not enough.
Oh, it's not enough for you. 100
Came
grand's
here
not
for
enough.
the $5 million.
I guarantee you a majority of those that take it are from that side.
Are we thinking about taking this bribe?
I don't think so. Gotta go big.
Imagine turning this down and getting out right afterwards.
The Lord put me here to get $5 million.
Okay, all right. There is some. Okay, that's probably the funniest thing I've heard from. Imagine you get out right away. I hope to God they're doing that to foreshadow and clip to him getting eliminated. That would be funny.
Imagine going home with nothing when you can go home with $100,000 in cash and a life-changing amount of money.
10 people can hurry up and leave.
I'm here to win it all.
We're here for the game.
I'm not gonna lie, I am debating it. I am debating it. 50 people about to leave right now, so.
If you don't think you have what it takes to win that $5 million over there, this might be your only chance to walk away with guaranteed money.
But there's got to be a catch. Like, do you think there's a catch? I don't think there's going to be catch. The catch is elimination.
What do you think, Zyla?
What's the catch?
It depends on the terms, yeah.
What's the catch?
But I have one more thing that I
There it
forgot
is.
to mention.
For those of you who choose to stay and compete, there won't be any less contestants after this, because every person that takes the bribe will be replaced with a new competitor.
Guards,
Now they're gonna return people.
take off your mask.
Jack Black?
No, it's the lady who won the island.
That's from former Wait, that's the lady who won the island?
I think that was the lady who won the island.
Number
That can correct me if I'm wrong.
830 from season 1, who was one decision away from winning $10 million, could be back in this competition if one of you take her $100,000 briefcase. Along with 406, one of last season's
Oh my gosh.
villains.
You are negotiating your own demise.
And he could be back, causing more trouble this year. 539, who eliminated more contestants than anyone last season.
These are 10 of the strongest.
These captains
Of course, Jeremy's back. Oh my god.
projected $1 million. This is crazy.
I think this is a smarter way to try to integrate these people that I
Are
don't
entertaining.
care too much. Yeah, they've already proven to be entertaining. We know Jimmy, that's what he cares about.
Mhm.
That's what he brings back people for his like challenges. He knows the value of someone who has on-camera charisma.
Yeah.
So this allows them to kind of like weed through those people who might not be the best.
I can see this still as like, okay, you're letting the people you like back into the game, but it's like I can understand that. I think that is a legitimate gripe, but at the same time, like you said, they're trying to find a brand identity and keep recurring. I don't watch enough reality TV or like these kinds of shows like Survivor to know how often they have people come back to compete. Like I don't.
So my fiance is really into Survivor, so I've been watching it a lot more recently.
Mhm.
And Survivor 50, which is the one that they're doing the collab with, like Mr. Beast is going to show up there, is like an all-star season where they're bringing back past Survivor people.
Well, sure, but
because
that's like
they
the
do that.
concept of that specific season. I mean, like
Correct.
between like season 1 and 2, do they have someone recurring like coming back?
Oh no.
Right.
No, they would never do something like that. But again, the Beast Games is like that turbocharged.
Sure. Okay.
From the first season,
These are players you do not want back in this competition.
Oh, is she the one that
No,
she's
she
the one that
won
won
the
Island.
island.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
damn it.
For material things.
and if you take their bribe, they will take your spot in the game.
That's the guy who won.
Yeah, that's the guy who won.
That's the guy. He's going to this kid with cancer.
Why is he? Why
Because
is the guy
stakes.
who won back?
Because stakes. Because content and stakes. Do you
Ah.
not feel compelled to keep watching?
Not necessarily. That's just stupid. God, that's just annoying.
Season 1 champion is
Like I guess yes, but like
are the 10 players waiting to take your spot.
Definitely don't want JC back. He already screwed people over.
So if he comes back, he has a target on his back
These
with you.
people screw
100%.
My wife is number 225, the one that 406 bullied in season 1, and I'm gonna be the one.
Oh,
picking
wow.
up.
They all already played this game. Some of them won $10 million, some close to $1 million, but they don't deserve to play
That's
again.
true, that's
You already
true.
got your shot.
We'll see.
We'll see, Carlton.
And it's now your choice. Step forward if you would like to take $100,000 in cash
And swap places with one of these absolute legends. Even just one of them returning could
was that the firefighter guy?
No idea.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
It's hard to keep track of them.
and swap places
Yeah, it is.
with one of these absolute legends.
I think this is the guy that didn't give up his team for $1 million or something. I'm pretty sure he's like a retired firefighter or something.
Even just one of them returning could turn this season into a completely different battle.
This is absolutely nuts.
Each one of them has a $100,000 bribe ready for you. This is a $1 million offer. Will you step?
So So 50% are not going to be eliminated here. They're going to be eliminated in the next game they play. They did this in front of it to bribe people to come off, except the people who end up taking the bribes are not actually reducing their numbers. They're going to replace them with contestants from before, most of which are either someone who won the games or people that were shit stirrers in the previous one, or just entertaining.
We are
Is this it?
just getting started.
It's over.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
We get it. So I think it is a better start than Beast Game Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is clearly has a better brand identity. Mainly because Mr. Beast is, again, spent the past year kind of working that through. And, you know, he's got better, I bet he's got better people who are, you know, used to writing this sort of stuff and putting it all together. It's more compelling and less confusing, and that might just be because I know less behind the scenes drama.
Well, no. I don't think so. I don't think that those have to be like joined at the hip.
Yep.
I think he genuinely, or not he, but like the production team has genuinely put together a more interesting, like literally just this first episode, they actually had skill-based stuff or like, you know, well, at least the people that were the strong people had to actually like pull themselves up, do that. The block editions, again, like you said, it just feels like they're trying to like tie it together. But you're right. Like the other one was just self-sacrifice after self-sacrifice like 3 times to whittle down the numbers to a digestible amount that they could actually try an attempt at handling versus what they did with this one. So it's good. And the stakes are high. Like you said, they introduced people that were shit stirs from season 1. It's pulling in a bit of brand identity. It's like, you know, recurring characters that people can recognize because they were pretty much the only characters that got screen time. Of course, like the one dude with the winning. So it's like optics wise, that makes sense. And it was more entertaining, like flat out. So also, what's up, Nico?
It is objectively a better piece of content.
Right.
Than Mr. Beast has probably done in the past. Like I've not been a big fan of a lot of the Mr. Beast content outside of the ethical ramifications of them. I'm imagining I'm separating art from the artist here, and just imagining the content as it is. And I do think the videos, Mr. Beast has admitted himself that his last few videos haven't been the best. And I think this video in general is a much better quality than you know, a lot of the stuff that he's been producing recently. So I find that really interesting. I find that a lot of the people that were involved with season 1, there were a lot that came back in terms of the production, but like they didn't need nearly as many people. So obviously not. If you looked at like the whole pool, like percentage wise, it was probably a negligible number. But like it was clear that they're trying to do it all together, and I think, you know, I'm going to keep watching because it's my job. But,
right.
You know, this would be something that I would watch willingly again, without, you know, feeling like I was pulling teeth, which kind of felt that way on like the first few episodes of season 1 of Beast Games.
Yeah. Agreed. So curious, I mean, what did you guys think so far? People that are here, for those who don't know, or like coming into the stream. So I'm chatting here with Steven Ace Arch.
Yeah.
Not Ass Arch. And they have broken multiple stories, like previously in season 1, the tower that fell on top of one of the employees, the contract workers, I guess you could say, and, you know, fucking them up. He broke quite a few stories in regard to that. But so we just went through the first episode of Beast Game Season 2. Looks like there were quite a few upgrades compared to the first episode of season 1. And that's kind of what we've been focusing on so far, but we're about to switch over. I just want to check in, see how you guys are thinking about it. We're going to switch over to talking about the Civ video Mr. Beast had put out. I did a video covering it. You can check it out if you haven't seen it yet, but Steven here went ahead and interviewed quite a few people on the girl side of the civilization, and we got a bit more info to kind of go over and take a look at here.
Yeah, it's the Goat Show.
The Goat Show, yeah.
That's
Terrible, but I don't understand how they could stretch it out over 10 episodes, to be honest. I think it's going to be, honestly, a lot easier when they have less contestants to weed down. I think that, like, literally one of the biggest gripes from the first season that I saw across the board is there was you could not relate to or develop any sort of, like, interest in one individual story because there were just too many people. And it was very clear just by how they recorded it that they didn't also, like, they could only have so many through lines of, like, consistent story arcs from these people, which you kind of just saw with the people who were standing in front of the 100K. Those were the people that got storylines out of the 2,000 that they ran through.
Yeah, I think they have a lot less footage to go through.
Yeah, that too.
The way season 1 was filmed is they had, again, the most amount of cameras and the most amount of footage, and they had AI going through it, and they would use keyword searching to find where people were talking about certain things. If someone was mentioning Feastables, they would know how to, find that.
Oh, transcripts and whatnot, sure.
Yeah. That is how they edited the first season of Beast Games when it came to finding footage. And this time around, because there are objectively less people, there's a lot less footage to go through, so they can find these things a lot better. And, Mr. Beast loves his AI, so I bet it's still incorporated somehow. But I doubt it is as strong of a driving force this season,
right,
as it was before.
Right. To answer your question, Jason, there were technically 2,000 people, but then it was brought down to 1,000, and then also quickly cut away from there. But yeah, I mean, they had 1,000 people they were recording at the start of season 1, I believe, and they cut it down to 500, or was it 250 or something? Like, pretty quick.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, they didn't have the guy who ended up winning. They clearly did not know he was going to, and he wasn't super interesting camera wise. And so they really only started getting footage of him once they had whittled down to kind of covering everybody. But yeah,
I think they had the footage, but they because I saw him. I think he appears in one of the first few episodes.
Yes, he does briefly, like here and there for sure.
Because again, I knew who won from the get-go, so I was like, hey, it's that guy. But yeah, definitely in terms of having a lot less, having more footage of these people this time.
Yes, around. And really quick, I want to show you guys something which is very interesting too. So, here I'll stream this for you as well. Go over here. So, something I didn't cover yet. This bad boy right here. So Twitch was doing a $50,000 giveaway. I think it was for today here. Giving away $50,000 to celebrate Beast Games 2 Strong vs. Smart. Mr. Beast and Jason the Ween will go live for 1 hour, hopping into streamers' channels that are reacting to episode 1 and gifting subs to random viewers. Now, we didn't stream early enough. We were not blessed, right?
No, we were on Twitch.
Right, and on Twitch, right. To have a chance at receiving a donation from Mr. Beast, do these things. And it got community noted. The 50K giveaway is actually just a little over 8,000 tier 1 Twitch subs for 1 month to Mr. Beast's Twitch channel. Now, to kind of confirm that, I went to they attached this, which is the terms and conditions of this Twitch Beast game promotion. And you can see here the prizes, 8,347 prizes are available. Each prize consists of 1 month gifted sub for the Mr. Beast Twitch channel. The gifted sub will begin immediately upon deliver, approximate retail value, $5.99. So that's what they were giving away. It does equate to $2 short or $1.50 short of $50,000. So they weren't being deceitful about that. But I believe, and Steven, you kind of gave us that information. They were also giving subs to the channels they were hopping into. It wasn't just to Mr. Beast.
Yeah, I just sent you the tweet about it.
Let me take a look.
They seem like, I think Mr. Beast and Jason the Ween are live streaming, or they were live streaming earlier, and they were hopping into people's chat, and like some person said they were like, I'm getting thousands of subs or something like
that. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we see guys, I watched episode 1 3 times in a row, and Mr. Beast came and blessed me with 5 subs. So grateful, you legend. And so it's if Mr. Beast 6,000, that is his account giving them the subs. So
and I think he is definitely giving, but like, remember, Amazon owns Twitch, and this is just brand synergy. This is the way to do it. The reason they're not doing it on YouTube is
That makes sense.
Amazon owns Twitch, and Twitch has really struggled to find its identity. So I watched about like maybe 30 to 40 minutes of last night's blue carpet stream, where it was the former FaZe people interviewing who was showing up at these like at the Beast Games premiere. And it made me feel like such an old man because I didn't recognize a single person other than Jeff Probst, the host of Survivor.
Sure.
And like Emily. Most of these people were gibberish to me. But yeah, and Dan Clancy was there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, Dan Clancy will never miss an opportunity for a party.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, with all of that being said, let's make our transition over to talking about. So, let me go ahead and pull up. I will do my pull up of the video here. So, we'll start with the Mr. Beast one.
While we do this, I'm just gonna, while we're going, throw some stuff in Discord chat, and you just pop it up on the screen.
Perfect. Yeah. For those of you who do not know, Mr. Beast did some cool stuff recently. So he put out a video. I'll just show it from my video covering it a bit. This is Mr. Beast did it again, just a few vids back. You guys can check it out. So he did a gaming video. 1,000 players simulate Civilization boys versus girls. I believe this message itself ends up getting deleted due to all of the drama surrounding it. And that has to do with a really big post that came out. So this was a Civ video. If you guys don't know, Civ videos are like, it's like Minecraft, and they're doing like social experiments, right? So they have a bunch of people interacting with each other. Civilization stuff is not always PvP. Usually it's not PvP. It's just kind of associated around finding a story, finding a plot line, and following people, essentially role-playing, building a story together based on the parameters of the civilization. So Ish is the person. He's a big content creator. He's done really, really big Civ videos. They're very popular. I mean, other streamers like Ludwig will be watching them and like going through the entire thing. They're very gripping in that sense. And Mr. Beast wanted to do something similar. Instead, they ended up doing labeling it as a Civ video, but it ended up turning very quickly into girls versus boys PvP. And you're not going to believe this, but the boys PvP side dumpstered the girls. And it's not like, we could talk about the skew of video games, things like that, or like, PvP in that sense. But on top of that, the invitation to be a part of this video came from Ish's server. Ish is a huge Minecraft person.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
I have where
you got to set up. Perfect. So a lot of things went wrong. I covered again in my video. You can go check that out. But Steven here went ahead and got to interview, and I'll kind of let you speak on that. The more info that you ended up getting.
I'm just gonna keep throwing them in the chat as I
Perfect.
talk,
Yeah.
and you can throw them up. So again, I have been covering Mr. Beast for many years. I'm a digital culture journalist, spent the past decade writing for every traditional media outlet. And I did a source outreach a few days after the video released. I started seeing the conversation that was happening. There was a large account who claimed that, they were Russian hackers, that women were killing for DoorDash, that it was just like absolutely a crazy place. And like, I love to figure out what is the truth behind these stories. So I did just a source outreach as I've done before. And my DMs were flooded with people that wanted to tell their side of what happened. I did the math a couple days ago, and I spoke to over 40 different contestants on both the boys and girls side to kind of get a full understanding of what actually happened. And my top line, because I would still like to do an article about this one day, but I just feel like in the grand scope of Mr. Beast stuff, it really is kind of insular, and it's been hard to get a journalistic outlet to bite as much. So Quinthio gets to benefit from all of my research.
Dub.
as to all of you, and get to learn kind of what I figured out. And the top line, what I believe happened is this video was put together too quickly without the infrastructure needed to create an event. Those that were involved did not know it was going to be a PvP event. They thought it was going to be a Civ event. And the chaos that ensued, there were a lot of false storylines that were being shared, including inside Mr. Beast's video. And at one point, I do believe Mr. Beast put his own hand in to kind of change the outcome of the story. So the first thing that I've been able to find in terms of how someone was able to find it is the first Mr. Beast tweet behind it. Actually, we're going to start with you don't need to play it, but just to show how far back Ish has been part of the Mr. Beast lore. I found a video of him competing in a Mr. Beast video as far back as 2020, I think is what it was.
Okay, yeah. One of Mr. Beast's Minecraft event.
So
this
he has been like
5 years ago, back in 2020, yeah.
Yeah. So he has been like part of the like Mr. Beast has been aware of him for a very long time. He's appeared in multiple Mr. Beast videos. Like Jimmy is well aware of what Ish is doing. And after Ish released the the video you were talking about before, the big Civilization video, that was the first Civ video I watched. And I thought it was really interesting because it kind of like what makes Civ videos really good is that it's a social structure that people are kind of getting that like nitty gritty, that backstabby, that reality show stuff, but it is all just like in a Minecraft situation.
I see the thing about people saying he ripped they just ripped the exact same thumbnail. Like I can't say ripped because like it's Ish and he worked on both of them, so that would make sense. But you could see like literally peace and war, and for the boys and girls they had peace on the girl side and all the dudes wearing like prepping swords and shit. So it makes sense.
Heavily inspired.
Yeah.
You know, and considering how Mr. Beast thumbnails have heavily inspired most of YouTube content in general,
right?
I think that kind of makes sense. So yeah, Mr. Beast responds in about July, and the earliest, a lot of the people that I spoke with, as you mentioned, they found it through Ish's server, but they also found it through these tweets from Minecraft women creators, with the earliest being October 15th, and then the second being October 27th.
Okay.
When these, the sources that I spoke with, they messaged these women, who then directed them to the first way to sign up for the event. So originally, when you signed up, to sign up for this Civ event, you needed to send a video of yourself playing inside Minecraft, kind of explaining, giving yourself a bio,
right,
explaining why you should compete. There were some thresholds to being involved. And that's how a lot of the top female PvP players like got involved. They sent in videos, they got approved, they thought they were good. As the event itself took place from October 30th to November 8th. So you can see as far as October 27th, they are still looking for people. So what happened was they could not find enough female players to compete in this event.
Right.
So they lowered the barrier of entry. For a lot of people, they got the ping on the Mr. Beast Gaming Discord, and all they asked for was a picture, a set of numbers that had a picture of themselves that included a set of numbers that they could, they had to take a picture of themselves. A quote from someone that I interviewed was, "Once I joined the Discord, I had to fill out a questionnaire on Google and provide an image of myself holding a paper with writing that had my name on it, the code that was initiated in the Discord for me, and my Minecraft username." Now, if you know anything about how our technology has gone over the past few years, it's kind of easy to fake an image.
Yeah.
It is definitely something that has happened. And from what I have been able to learn, there were a select group of, I'm going to say, about 20 people who spoke Russian. There's no clear that they were actually Russian, because a lot of people in Europe speak Russian. So it could be from anyone kind of in that block. But they use deepfake images of themselves to get into the game. Any questions from here?
It worked. I'm seeing Jason, why not reach out to Minecraft content creators to join? I'm sure they would have slots filled through that. You're spot on, Jason. That is a great question.
I think there were a few Minecraft content creators, but I think this whole thing was created very ramshackly.
Yeah.
In total, there were only like 9 to 11 people on the Beast side who were working on this, which, from what I've learned from other people who have been in Civ events, is quite a small amount of people to manage 1,000 people. Even Beast Game Season 1 had 800 crew members.
Right.
And obviously that's IRL, so it's very different. But it was still like a lot of stuff that really hadn't been figured out by then.
Pretty sure Royal Pear was on the boy side and he has 5 million subs. Yeah, and like the thing was they had first asked about this right on Ish's Discord server.
Yep.
And so Ish's Discord server, because he has collabed with these other very popular Minecraft YouTubers, predominantly male ones, they joined in. It was first come first serve from his side of things. So the boys side, like it was just there was more men in that Discord server and more connections with with creators who had been doing Minecraft content and are known for it.
Yeah. So, getting to the actual start of the event.
Right.
Basically, again, they don't have enough women, and they just decide, I'm not entirely sure why they decided to do this, but they said the first, I can't remember if it was 700 or 800, people from each side who managed to join in, they got into the game. They got whitelisted. That means those female PvP players who were skilled at the game, who thought they were not like neurotically refreshing their game over and over, so they didn't go in. So at the very start, the women were kind of put at a disadvantage because their best players were not being brought into the server.
Right.
But the men themselves were totally fine. And then, from there, when the actual server itself started, it didn't go well. The people that I spoke with called it day 0 because the game was so buggy. The lag was so intense. There weren't crops that were actually being made. I saw one person told me this. I don't know Minecraft too well, so forgive me.
You're totally good. This is some of that stuff that was covered in my video too. Crops weren't spawning, and like animals weren't spawning, which you need for
Someone told
eating.
me there was a specific tree that gives apples.
Yep.
That only spawned on the boys' side and not the girls' side.
Yeah.
Because they picked a different type of tree. Again, I played Minecraft when it launched.
You're totally good. Yeah, there's apple trees, which I think it's like an oak, or it is specific to that. I played too much modded to even know for sure myself, but yeah.
Yeah, so basically they didn't have enough. I'm just reading your chat.
Totally good.
I mean, having a 10-person team running a Minecraft server with 1,000 people at a time sounds heavily understaffed and makes sense.
One person for 100.
Server was having a lot of issues running. I mean, so I've spoken to people who worked at Mr. Beast Gaming in the past because I wanted to understand, like, how could something like this happen? And they did used to have people that were basically, it wasn't that many. It was basically around the same amount. But a lot of them were also full-time employees.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who is working this time around. And they just kind of like banned people more. The banning system, which I'll get to in a little bit, is kind of part of the issue. Again, just gonna kind of read a quote I got from someone. I think the server itself ran fine tech-wise. I think the issue was that there was absolutely no form of plan for moderation, and it showed. I spoke with their staff, and they seemed shocked that Ish has an entire team dedicated to moderation, applications, and surviving his event or supervising his events. We weren't given a proper reporting system until the later half of the event. We had to beg for public forums that anyone could type in. We had to be able to provide concrete evidence of any incident for them to watch to even look into the cases. So day 0 goes on, people survive, but people quickly start to learn about this group of Russian-speaking people who are setting up traps around the map and killing players. For the first 2 days of the event, as far as I've been able to learn, there was no way to report these players. It wasn't until a few of these women started like spamming chat being like, hey, we need to report. They created a public channel where people could, report others who were, behaving badly. I believe a lot of the Russian-speaking people kind of got out on day 2, but like there were others that still subsisted, kind of, persisted in this. The actual so if you imagine, you're a young woman or even a young man on one of these servers, and you see someone acting badly, and the only way to call them out is publicly, you're not necessarily going to do that. Having to block off yourself and having to be open like that is kind of terrifying.
Right.
No one really would do that stuff. And
Well, it's like when there's money on the line. Well, like what are we doing? You're just putting people in the crosshairs by not taking that seriously and having it private. Like,
yeah.
At the same time, it makes sense if they only had 10, 12 people working on that team. Like, how could they address everything individually? But that's more of a problem with how you set it up, not with that being a good idea.
Yeah, there was one person I spoke with who told me, honestly, I didn't know there was going to be a cash prize, LOL. I think if it was solely a social experiment like it was advertised, it would have been better, including money, which just brought out the worst in people. I have not been able to find the original Ish Discord post, so if anyone has it, I would love to see it. But from what people have told me is that it was described as a Civ event. Their PvP was not mentioned.
Right.
It wasn't until they were basically in the midst of everything that they were told that they were going to have to fight. And again, a lot of people didn't know how to play. One person told me that one of their teammates didn't know how to make a crafting bench.
Crafting table?
Crafting table. Again, I'm a boomer. And another didn't know how to, do the crouch move maneuver that you need to sneak in when you're fighting. And, a lot of people kind of got screwed over because of that.
Comparatively to the guys getting 5 million sub YouTubers who have built up a reputation for being incredible PvP players, like literally some of the best in the game, to comparatively girls who did not know how to make a crafting table, to make this a PvP thing was like to the detriment of, I don't know, like the sake of competition. If we're going to make it about that and like the money that people would get, you just like, you ruin it right then and there.
Yeah. Like another source told me, what I experienced was a lot of frustration. There was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that made it difficult to participate. It was originally advertised as a Civ event with a competition for the money. About day 5, the staff started spamming that it wasn't a roleplay event. Civ events are inherently roleplay events. This led to a lot of hate towards the people who had chosen to roleplay. They basically called it useless. There was a lot of behind the scenes sexism too. The Russian hackers came out one day at anyone who was trans, and they were all treated poorly. So yeah, there are a lot of people who are trying to kind of play this game the way they want, but they can't.
Well, and how they believe it was advertised to them. And they also didn't have a reporting system. And as soon as they got one, it was a public one, which is just creating this, like, there's a reason that we do anonymous reporting in just about any other facet of reporting in general.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. And kind of, as the event went on, people were able to, do what they could. And because of, again, the Russian the hackers themselves, the people who spoke Russian. I've been trying to get that
You're good.
right.
You're good.
Well, there was a source who was very particular about me making that, so I'm trying to make that clear. There is enough evidence that I've been kind of being able to see that these Russian people were putting swastikas and hate speech around around the event. I can make that claim and not feel crazy about it. So basically, the event culminates in the final battle, as you've seen on screen. And if you want to pull up the newspaper that I sent you the other day.
Yes. Let me see here. I'm just gonna have to.
You need me to
scroll
resend
up.
that?
If you could, that'd be spectacular.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, if you want to check that one up on screen.
Yes.
And if you want to read the first part of Triple Line's interview.
Of course. So also to give you guys a bit of info, so Triple Lion was the leader of the boys. Okay. And in this video, let me see here. In this video, they had went ahead and had to make a choice up at top. It was one guy and one girl, and the choice was, hold on, I'm just having a hard time pulling that up. There we go. We'll just save it. The choice was, you guys stick up here together and you walk down, and then there's like peace between you, or one of you kills the other, and that kind of starts a fight. And Triple Lion on the guy's side ended up choosing, he said, the fighting is inevitable. So he ends up taking this netherite sword that they were given up there, and killing the gal. So let's see here. This was an individual that was a part of this server, and they were kind of role playing and doing like the news of what was going on. And this was in regard to, this is the final newspaper, correct?
Yes.
And this was in regard to, well, some of that. This is what I'm going to read for you guys here. So here is this. Oh, sorry, one sec. There we go. Over here, Triple Lion. That's the one you wanted me to read?
Yeah.
So Triple Lion's interview. So talk about the netherite sword. Why did you get to keep the netherite sword? You can see it later in the video he gets to. I tried to give it back to Mr. Beast, and he tossed it back at me saying it was my trophy. I really don't know why. Further down the line, Ish even mentioned that I shouldn't have kept it. I immediately threw the sword to him just for him to fly back and give it to me again, saying it wasn't his decision to revert.
Yeah, I think, and I'm just going to shout out the person. Because I think it's fair. They posted like low poly versions of this thing, but not the
yes. It's hard to see because my face is in the way. This is XX Macchio.
Yeah, XX Macchio is was the official reporter for Beast. But I just think it's like Mr. Beast, when I'm gonna separate Mr. Beast the brand and Jimmy. I try not to put them together. Jimmy has always been so particular when it comes to talking about his videos. We were talking about it before, how they're not rigged, how everything is up to standard, how there's no, there's no interruption when it comes to the legitimacy of his competitions, which, he has to do because money is on the line.
Right.
But again, as someone who plays a lot of video games and not necessarily Minecraft, but if I was putting two sides of people against each other and I gave their boss a sword that was a one-hit, one-kill, I feel like that would be a little one-sided.
Right.
Incredibly. I don't know the power that it has, but I imagine it does quite a lot.
And this is Macchio. For those who don't know, this is that person that did the news reporting.
Yeah, and they were super helpful. All of my sources have been so incredibly helpful when it comes to trying to tell this story. I feel for them. They wanted, a lot of them wanted the opportunity to just do something fun, and there were a couple people I spoke with where it basically became their full-time job to run this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the systems itself weren't being put in place to actually help them out.
Right.
That would just kind of made me sad. And the people themselves. And I guess yeah, and the challenge itself, it just seemed very one-sided and odd to me. Um, but Mr. Beast still had a video to make, and in the video, he doesn't include that much lore. You can kind of see him in the final battle, like egging boys on to murder stuff. Like I don't. Again, this is a personal opinion, and as a journalist, I like to make that very clear. That Mr. This wasn't a completely fair competition, at least from the people who were in charge. It felt like a few of the people were. It felt like the female side was put at a disadvantage with the top players not being able to compete in the competition, with a large sword being given, and Jimmy kind of enforcing the male good fight stereotype and girl like peace stereotype that exists as a through line throughout the video.
Well, and don't get me wrong, the clientele that were pulled in, the talent that were pulled in for this kind of shaped that themselves. And whether that was intentional or not, that is what ended up happening. They had a huge group of PvP dudes that were on there, and they had girls who didn't know how to operate the game. So why, you're kind of just inclined to go into the RP side of things if you don't know how to engage with the mechanical competitive side of it. Like he obviously leaned into that because what else are you going to do? But it's not helping. And it's just kind of like making it work with the fuck ups you've already made along the way in terms of getting people on it. If the idea was to do PvP, he already rightfully fucked it by, not actually pulling in female creators that also could. And also, apparently from Isha's advertisement for it, making it set up to be a civ thing. Like people that want to roleplay, people that want to take part in a civilization roleplay thing are not inherently going to be excited to do PvP. It's just, that doesn't make sense.
And I also think a lot of creators on both sides had a sense of paranoia because of all of the weird stuff that was happening.
And that there was money on the line as well.
And that, the money was on the line, even though it ended up being like $140, $170. It didn't really matter that much. But
are you thinking about that when you're playing, when you know that each person dropping off means the number go up? Like, you're not doing the math on the fly, but you're aware of that. You're engaging with it. People are killing each other just to have the number go up. Like it's kind of just, you can't help but feel that, and you can't help but like suddenly stop taking the game. You're taking the game of it, or like the competition, way more seriously than you would knowing that wasn't going to be a part of it.
Yeah. So this quote, this event was a mess for a lot of reasons. And one of those reasons is you had hardcore Civ roleplay veterans, people who would get eliminated just for the story, mixed with people who didn't care about roleplay and wanted to make it to the end for the money. Oil and water. The only thing that made the Mr. Beast video interesting was they focused so hard on the roleplay aspect, which you don't really get in the average Mr. Beast videos.
Yeah.
Which I agree with 110%. And I think when it comes to like the paranoia in general, I also want to read this quote because, again, I really like these quotes, and I'd like them to exist out there. People have talked extensively about that, but something to think is also important is that after the fallout, people were incredibly suspicious, accusing random people who didn't use mic often, had deep voices, were trans or Russian-based on little to no evidence. I called this out extensively, and people somewhat acknowledged it as a problem, but it honestly just didn't stop. The trolls were absolutely disgusting, but being entirely candid, I think to any rational person, it's better to have some trolls remaining than harass and interrogate countless girls.
Right.
They were basically being put through the ringer because of these Russian hackers and the DoorDash killers.
Yeah.
Now the DoorDash killers became a
really quick,
quick,
just to explain that too. For those who may not have been keeping up with what is going on, so the girls' side had trans girls that were over there. Their voices were a bit deeper, in conjunction with these Russian-speaking infiltrators that had gotten in using the deepfakes and stuff. Some of them were using voice changers, but some of them were just posing as people who were trans to just kind of, stay behind enemy lines and create traps and stuff. Well, that, like, what he's talking about, the paranoia part, the whole reason was because they, like, it just turned into if someone's trans, their voice is deeper. now people are suspicious of any trans girls that were on the team because of the Russian people that had gone in. I just want to clarify for the people that didn't know.
No, absolutely, 110%. There was
So the DoorDash,
so much.
yeah,
the DoorDash. The DoorDash is the big thing. You know, I've heard countless quotes from people. There was a joke of Triple I bribing girls with DoorDash, but it was all a joke, and they didn't get anything from what I heard. Yeah, the DoorDash killers never got any DoorDash. I know that's heartbreaking to a lot
sad
of people.
face.
I tried interviewing the top assassin of this DoorDash girls, but she got annoyed when I asked her if she had read my questions. And
Sure.
said she'd get to it when she'd get to it, which I understand from an assassin makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of women who basically felt like they weren't being treated well by the people in charge, so they went, screw it, we're going to start an assassin group and start killing people. I believe they had contact with the boy side, and they started, murdering. There was I don't believe any of them actually got any DoorDash. I think it was a joke Triple I had made to them. But I just think it's really interesting that the DoorDash line was put in the Mr. Beast video. Even though I don't, again, from my research, nobody actually got any DoorDash.
Right.
So sorry to break anyone who truly thought that they were a bunch of women who were like, oh, girls can do anything, DoorDash. Not true. Completely nonsense in the grand scheme of things.
It is funny.
It is funny.
Quinn, did you ever find out what the Russian sign said from your video? I think the best translation we had from it was it was some sort of like crypto coin thing, like to call people who were into like Bitcoin and stuff idiots. Like, I think that was what it was. We couldn't really get much else out of it. At the end of the day, realistically, I think it was slang. And usually like slang or, like stuff like that does not translate well, especially when they're using a word to mean something completely different, because it's just like that's the culture. So it's either that crypto thing that was pointed out on the Discord, or it's something that we just won't know because we're not from where they are. But yeah.
Yeah. So wrap it up. The Mr. Beast Minecraft video, I think, is a small drop in the like Mr. Beast lore, but I do believe it is emblematic of how Jimmy and the Mr. Beast team view content creation. It is a Amazon warehouse where the goal is to churn out as much content as possible so that the end consumer is super happy. It doesn't matter who makes the thing or who is putting that stuff together, because their goal is to be the content or to produce it. It is a very dystopian, capitalistic way of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my favorite YouTubers are the video essayists who spend months, creating what I consider a beautiful piece of art on a niche or interesting topic. Like today I watched like a 45-minute video on this random Swedish game that used like 50 different CDs.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best videos I'd ever seen. The Mr. Beast style of content is what ultimately makes the most money, which is why we keep seeing it and why it's been replicated by so many different
It's
other
fast
creators.
food. It's fast
Yeah,
food
it
versus
is
a
fast
mom and
food.
pop shop and like a hole in a wall made out of passion. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's why he went Beast Burger first.
Right.
Because fast food is kind of the point. And I just one last quote I'd like to read on someone who kind of described the experience on the women's side after the Russians had been removed, and while there was like stress in the air.
Right.
I was yelled at in game, cussed out, and told I was a horrible person. I had people threatening to kill me, and I was accused of being transphobic because someone from my group who wasn't a native English speaker accidentally used the wrong pronouns on a person in the event due to a language barrier. My group was compared to Nazis. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I've blocked a good chunk of this event from my memory. I was so out of it due to lack of sleep and the severe harassment that I think I may have trauma blocked stuff entirely. That is my school book report on the Minecraft Mr. Beast event.
Yeah, something,
I'm sure-
in conjunction with hearing that, by the way, guys, these were like, everyone had to be 18 or older to be a part of the competition. And they were literally pulling in full 8-hour workdays being a part of this server, which they only had access to, I think, at the beginning, just a few hours a day, but they had to be ready for those 8 hours for an entire week.
It was 3 to 6 hours a day.
3 to 6 hours. Okay. My apologies. So 3 to 6 hours a day. And then one side and the people alive on the boys' side got $140. Yeah, just, you know, I think it's kind of ridiculous to, and I mean, obviously this is just for me kind of the through line through it all, is to have somebody who is as incredibly, or have somebody who, to have a company that is putting out videos, Mr. Beast, you know, the top YouTuber, to have such a great concept, great idea. It came from Ish, like really, like he's the person who's doing this. To kind of, you know, bastardize it in terms of just not financing the team that you need to have to support the amount of people. Similar, if we want to tie it to what we've talked about today and seen today, the first season of Beast Games. They were understaffed, underprepared. I don't know how that gets out of the theory process, like how it gets out of the conceptualization of what they're doing, that they're okay with putting 10 to 12 staffers for 1,000 people. It's absurd. Like, you are bound to have people who are not, you know, people who aren't expecting to get told suck my dick from Russian people, or, you know, from people speaking Russian and throwing up swastikas and shit. You're going to have people that are not prepared for that, because why would they expect it, to people who are there to PvP and min-max and do their stuff. And it just, they make it work because they have very talented creative people that can, you know, create a through line and a narrative throughout the entire thing. But it's just like, this is the best, like, you know, quote unquote, the best of the best making content. And it's incredibly high production value at the sake of just losing so much of it in logistics and cheaping out, where you're going to ruin the experience for people that participate. It's just,
and you know, I guess one other bit is, I asked every single person if they would compete again, and more than half said they would be very open to competing again. Even those that had bad experiences still cannot resist the allure of being in a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah.
It is so incredibly intoxicating. It's, you know, why when I hear the argument of being like, oh, why are you doing this? You know, you don't have to. You don't have to be in Mr. Beast. You could leave. The door's right there. But the, you know, the money this time is incredibly negligible. But, you know, the idea of fame, the allure of being around someone who is the most famous YouTuber on the planet can often be distracting.
Yeah.
And, you know, it can kind of screw people up.
It's a argument that's been made before too. And so I'm seeing two people like traumatized by Minecraft happenings. Don't get me wrong, I hate Mr. Beast, but literally, who cares? The vibes are off in a Minecraft server. I think, and it's something that, again, I just like to do with the channel. These are the testimonies of the people that were involved. If that is how they feel about it, feel free to disagree with that, or feel free to say the stakes cannot be that high that you feel traumatized about your experience in a Minecraft server that you were part of for a week to like get paid maybe $100. Like, if that's how you feel about it, by all means, comment about it, talk about it. Like, end of the day, I think it's just important to showcase this side of things, especially like the first post about this that was getting attention was like over 150,000 likes on Twitter. Like, there was genuine, like, there was something to it, that this was clearly very poorly organized, and that's going to look bad for, you know, the golden child of YouTube, or I wouldn't even call him that, but like, you know, the biggest channel. I think it's like, I don't mind if you guys don't think or disagree with the people that like Steven is interviewing. I think the most important thing is that we're also getting to hear their perspectives, whether we agree or not.
Yeah.
Same thing with
also
Quacko.
on that point. Yeah. I think on that point, you know, like as I mentioned, you know, at the start, like in the grand scheme of Mr. Beast controversies, this is nothing. This is so small.
This is nothing burger.
This is a little silly blip.
Yeah.
But when you look at it as a piece of the whole, it really, really exemplifies the pattern of behavior of, Mr. Beast content that I have been, studying for the past few years, that it's this silly little problem that people, that this, when it comes to Mr. Beast content, I believe he spent a lot of it on screen and not necessarily on making the thing itself.
Right.
I have spoken to Mr. Beast crew members from the very early days who were paid almost minimum wage to create these incredibly expensive, elaborate videos.
Oh, it's all the flagship errors that
Yes.
are so common with Mr. Beast content when it goes wrong. It's just complete
it's
lack
a pattern of behavior.
Yes, exactly as you said.
And it should be kind of looked at it as such. It is not like, again, this is not like a dog pack video right here. This is just, I'm a journalist who likes to look into things and wanted to just kind of share the testimonials of a few people involved. This, I don't compare this stuff to the Beast game coverage that I was doing in traditional media. That's an entirely different beast.
Right.
But I'm gonna read this guy's response.
I hear you. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
You do it. You do it. It's your channel.
Totally good. I hear you. Just think about how genuine victims of trauma feel when they see that. Somewhere out there, there's a kid who watched their brother die in a car accident, hearing trauma described like that. So, in the same way that, like, okay, your parents. Let's say, I'm from the U.S. I have my, you've heard the term, or like you're at dinner and you're not finishing the food on your plate. And it's like, there are kids starving in Africa and you can't finish the food on your plate. There's always going to be levels to this shit. Number two, it's always going to come down to the perception of someone experiencing something. And yeah, like as life goes on, the connotations of words, like to some people, get bastardized, or people use things too easily. Like using the word traumatized to describe what happened to them is clearly a different level than someone watching their brother die in a car accident. Obviously, we know this. To get into like comparing, like you shouldn't be using that to just explain this when a person who has endured something far worse than you is going to use the same terminology. I'm going to say I'm starving when I haven't eaten for 10 hours, in the same way that someone is going to say I'm starving when they are literally starving. It's like there's levels to it. I understand that. I also think that, like, if that's that person's perspective, it kind of just lets you know as a person who has critical thinking skills that, you can look at the content of it and for you yourself go, okay, yeah, it's not as serious as watching a relative die. But they're trying to make a point that, like, they were not anticipating any of this experience and they got the shit end of the stick. And for the most part, especially at the beginning, for instance, they had no way to report it. They had no way to get rid of it. And that's them,
I think, so I have interviewed people across all forms of the trauma spectrum. I have interviewed people who, feel like they were wronged when in reality they were just being a dick. And I have interviewed actual sexual assault victims. And I have published stories across all of that style. To me, I always try to respect everyone's trauma, regardless of the level that it is. Because,
Sure.
Absolutely there are levels to things but everyone should be like respected and listened to. That's, again, I'm a liberal lefty lunatic.
Sure.
And when with this sort of story, again, it is so small, but there was a Beast Games crew member who was very seriously injured,
Mhm.
just a little over a year ago.
You could very well say
That-
life-threatening injuries. Like, don't get me,
I
like,
know. I
Fair.
try to be particular.
Fair.
But like it's all part of that same ecosystem, and
Yeah.
all needs to be examined with the same lens. Like everyone has trauma. Everyone's trauma is different, and some is stronger than others. But all of it should be like listened to and respected, and you can come to your own opinions on it.
Yeah, I think the biggest conflation is between, respecting the perspective of somebody versus like having an obligation to respect them in the sense of like you have to believe that it's as serious as they themselves make it out to be. And like we can disagree on that. Like I'm cool with that. I think there's at the end of the day, you guys are watching this shit for entertainment. You guys are interested to hear about what is going on. And there's a big difference between giving somebody the floor to give, like, their perspective on something that happened to them versus your need to respect and accept that as the whole truth and nothing but it. It's everyone's job to take what they hear, digest it, and make their own decisions on it. Where, you know, in the same way that I'm chatting with Steven here, or I'm telling you guys about something I want to cover, I'm not asking you to feel the same way I feel it. Like, I'm not asking you to feel the same way that I feel about what I'm covering. I'll give you my perspective, but end of the day, it's up to you. And I don't want you to ever think that I need you guys to feel obligated to feel the stakes in the same way that someone that Steven interviewed or someone that I'm talking about feels them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this isn't Hassan Piker.
Right.
You know, everyone's come up to their
We're
own,
not guilt tripping here. Yeah.
I think, like, when it comes to, like, you should never, ever assume someone on the internet is telling you the truth 100%.
Right.
You should question everything that you hear, and you should always be quizzical. I will never fault anyone for being quizzical. I will fault someone when they're given all of the facts of a story and being like, actually, I feel different because my heart feels different.
In this day and age, is it ever always 100% the facts too? You know, it's like...
Yeah, no, I've trust me. There are stories of mine.
I know you would
I'm
know.
about to hit publish, and I'm like, what if 6 people are lying to me about the thing they told me they saw, but don't talk to each other?
Right.
Like, there's always that thought in the back of my head that what if I'm fucking up, and what if I'm releasing this information that not only is problematic, could probably get me sued,
Right.
if it's wrong.
You find out the
So-
7th recorded the whole thing. You know, it's
God,
just...
I've had, you know, many sources who have tried to, you know, pull back on me and be like, we're tricking you, and I'm like, I don't care.
For sure.
This ain't my first rodeo, buddy. I'm an old man. But yeah, I think when it comes to the main, you know, thesis of tonight, if you will, is that Mr. Beast is gonna keep making content, whether you watch it or not. There's a small child that's going to make it their entire personality. So it should be acknowledged and looked at, because if you don't, we're all going to be end up living in Riyadh at Beastland.
Epic. Well, awesome. Well, Steven, thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, we'll take like 5 minutes before we fully wrap up. But number one, like, obviously I'm doing it here, but thank you so much for coming on and like being willing to kind of bring some of this info and, like, you know, the interviews that you did and bring that extra information in. It's very useful. Like, it's very cool. And it's like genuinely really fucking cool to get to chat with you, knowing that I've been covering some of the stuff that you've talked about for well over a year now, and get to see and hear your perspective with, like, you know, Beast Games 2 or season 2 compared to the first. And it means a lot to me that I get to have someone who is an actual journalist that has written articles get to talk about this stuff. So thank you.
And I appreciate the platform and for you setting this up. Because, again, to me, I've been studying YouTube and keeping digital culture as my obsession, but I've always kept it at arm's length. I've understood, you know, I kind of treat the internet like an ocean, where if you don't respect it, you're going to get swallowed up by it. You kind of have to be scared of it. Yeah, you know, I don't want to be a lolcow. Goddamn. I'm never turning into a world of t-shirts.
There you go.
But, like, my industry is dying. Journalism, as it existed for the past 100, 200 years, can no longer exist in an ad-focused attention model. So I am trying to put myself more in this YouTube world and appear more on live streams and write for more YouTubers and just kind of become part of this world that everyone, there are so many creators like yourself who have been, you know, reading and monetizing my work. So now it's my time.
Yeah.
Which is why I went on your live stream for free and just gave 2 weeks of reporting up.
I would just argue, I just don't think traditional media has kept up with the medium that people consume news from. Like, you being able and, you know, legally allowed in that sense to finally get to start, you know, covering the information that you end up diving into and finding out, like CoffeeZilla or any of these other people, they are, I would say, much more of a journalist than I am as where I am starting out, or in the same way that you are, but they've just been using the medium that most people are looking towards for their news now. Like, you just can't really help it. And I think, like, I'm really excited to see you showing up more here because now I can credit you and direct people to your damn channel and things like that, you know?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter for now because I still
Twitter,
love that
yeah.
hellscape.
Really quick
but
here,
no,
I'll post that in the chat here before we leave.
I do have a YouTube channel, but we're still working out the kinks before the world really
There you
can
go.
see it for what it is. Yeah, I think like traditional media has like I've been in Newsweek, Business Insider newsrooms, and they have always considered YouTube and influencers in general to be a lesser area of study. I remember when I was the first person to ever interview Onision's parents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I found them and I broke that a lot of the myths Onision had created about them, that they were abusive, that they were awful, were just objectively untrue, and that they were actually very loving and caring and just wanted the best for him. My editors at the time hated that story because Onision's mom was like, "We're gonna sue you, and you're the worst," and all this other stuff, and they were just like, "You are never writing about any of these people again." And I was like, "No, but these people are important." Like when I tell people I found Onision's parents, there are hundreds of thousands who read that story. People genuinely cared about these weird internet niche stuff because that's where culture is happening. Digital culture is just culture. And we need more of like I would love to elevate traditional media newsrooms, but I've given up on that. Instead, I've decided I'm going to elevate YouTubers to journalistic standards so that the people that are on these platforms that are consuming this content are, watching and consuming the best stuff they can. That is so important to me. And I just, I want to keep doing it. And I'm sure I'll be back here at some point because Beast never
Guaranteed.
ends. I've got a story about Skibbity Toilet in the works, that the world will love to see. And yeah, I want to be more of a personality without being an influencer, which is very, very difficult. But
just
gonna
keep
give
the
it my best.
parasocial stuff out of there. Like make yourself into a terrible person where people are obligated to just follow the art, not the artist, and you should be set.
Absolutely. My room looks like Asmongold's right now.
You're
That's
already
why
on
I'm
the
not
right track. There you go.
I use a dead rat as an alarm clock. That's how I wake up every single day of my entire life. And I've got 3 teeth in my mouth. Thank you.
Yeah,
That
you're
is
on your
what-
way.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Awesome.
be famous in a matter of minutes. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, take care. Thank you very much. We'll close it out here. And again, appreciate the time, and I will assuredly catch you later.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how we close it out. So that was very fun. Let's see here. Here he is in Amazon. Is there any expectation that if this doesn't perform at a certain level, the Beast games would be dropped, or would Amazon just let Mr. Beast flood funding into it repeatedly? I think it might have been a 2-season contract, how they set it up. I don't know the details of that. That matters. What matters so much more is does it pull in revenue? If it doesn't pull in revenue, they're not going to do it. Like that just makes the most sense to me. I think it really just comes always down to the money of it. Like if they made money in terms of pay-per-view stuff, even if people didn't really like the show at first, if they made money or they think that they can in the second season, they're gonna put it on. They're gonna greenlight it. It really does come down to are they going to, if they are like just bleeding a shit ton of money, obviously they're gonna say no to it. But it really comes down to how they decide that, internal relations, all that boring shit. I'm glad you guys liked it. He well of knowledge, even for nothing burger drama like the Minecraft stuff. Steven's fantastic. I reached out to a couple people to try to interview them to talk about that Beast stuff and couldn't make it happen. But Steven is good at his job. Good at his job, and he's able to get a lot more info for us. Have you been bald, Theo? I recognize your profile picture, Josh. Welcome back. Better now, not as bald. I hope the professional gaslighter wins Beast games. Fingers crossed for me as well. I like that guy. I love that he immediately started getting rage baited. That's fun. But thank you guys for sticking around to the end. It was a very interesting topic. We kind of went off the rails a bit, just talking in general about stuff, but I think it was entertaining enough. It very well spoken. Rage bait for the win, as it should be. But if you guys would like Boy Tiger added here. Also, thank you mods for popping on. I gave like a day of heads up, so I appreciate it. This is a link to the Discord if you're 18 and up. Want to see drama? We have a drama thread where people are posting pretty regularly, kind of keeping it updated for interesting stuff. Also, I'm gonna be popping more into play games. I've been on a Tarkov binge for a while, so that's been fun. But like truly, thank you guys for showing up. It was a lot of fun doing the watch party and everything. Quinty, I appreciate the streams and vids, dude. The way you put so much depth to the internet news really keeps me entertained. Thank you. I've slowly come to the realization that you can kind of just go balls to the wall about, unemployed drama, to put it one way. And it is just interesting. It is just fun. And for me, it's a lot more fun and a lot more fulfilling somehow to be vested in the online drama of our lives as opposed to the political shit. Political shit is way too depressing. You guys can check that shit out on clock, but when you're off and trying to relax and enjoy yourself, come on over to the Quintio channel and enjoy taking internet drama way too seriously for an hour or two. Real quick, what is the developing role for in the Discord? I'm not familiar personally. I think it's just like when you're starting out, we just don't want to give permissions to people who are brand new. Oh, that. Just for the folks talking developing IT, that was very prominent during the Pirate Software arc. A lot of people who were like doing game dev shit wanted to talk about that. Their drama is much more entertaining. Yeah, it is. A lot lower stakes too. Makes it way easier to kind of talk about the nuance of shit, which is my personal, pleasure, is just getting to talk about nuance. If I really just allowed me talking about it like that and saying the word nuance, you'd hear it in every video like 10 times because it's more enjoyable. Ton of folks join in during the yeah. Well, good shit. I got nothing else to say. I don't want to waste your time, but it was good to chat with you guys who stuck around to the end. I will probably end up when this goes live, I'm gonna member only at first. I'm then going to cut down the watch party aspect of it, and I'm probably just going to keep it cut down to talking with Steven at the end there, and I'll just do interview for the Mr. Beast update. It'll be members only until I make that cut and edit it and fix that up, and then in which case I'll just send that live. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I'll switch it over to public. I'll do an announcement in my channel when I do that, so don't feel the need to be a member. It is only 99 cents, but if you don't want to waste the time with that, I'll just put an announcement in the Discord once that's live for everybody, and I'll link to it. Thank you for the meal. Happy to provide little milk for the night. But good stuff. Thanks again for sticking around, and I'll catch you guys later. Adios. Peace. Bye.